shame.
Fruity, 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 fruity. Ring, 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 ding a ding, ring 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 a ding, a ding, a ring, 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 ring a ding.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Fruity, 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 fruity.
Shame.
Pain.
Shame.
Pain.
Shame.
Pain.
What a shame.
Shame.
Pain.
What a shame. What a shame. What a shame.
Shame.
What a shame.
Pain.
Order! What a shame.
Pain.
What a shame.
Good evening, 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 good evening from my drone in the Bridge studio. Welcome to Game Night. Hope everyone is doing well and is having a good weekend. Very well done to all of the players getting all of the pennies there. Particularly in it, something like 4,000 pennies or something ridiculous in Plinko. The game giveth and the game taketh away. Bad luck if you gambled it at the end. And thank you for identifying that bug where you can join the game even if you've already joined. That's good. Good afternoon from Canada. Hello. Well, for you from Canada, Andrew. I'm very much in the UK, but welcome to you. Good evening, Andrew and Claire and AB, me and Colo, Zeus and Lewis, Toot, Shapes, Fernando, Tadaru, MPL Dart, Peel Jogging, Noel Hypo, Mark and Shadowmate, Innis and Odd Garrett, Stimpton Sangor, Jers, Anonyman, Brand New Halo, Natter, Vision, Jack, Anasep, Apodo Nuevo, Player 2 Star, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me for this game night on Saturday the 3rd of September, where it is time for Heat number 2 of The Bridge. Also, Mark, thank you very much for that 7-month resubscription there. Very grateful to you for your support with that Prime sub. Hugely grateful. Thank you very much for supporting the channel right here for 7 months. It is time for Heat number 2 of The Bridge, and this pack comes to us courtesy of the True Anonyman. The True Anonyman. And I proved this one earlier on. It's a very solid pack. Lots of really, really good trivia. In fact, there's a lot of great trivia in tonight's game night, so make sure you do stick around. Also, it wasn't on the title screen, but I'm going to do something else at the end of the stream. So we've had Plinko, we've got The Bridge, we've then got the Return of the Abyss for the first time this season, and then I'm going to be doing something else at the end of the stream, an extension of a test I did yesterday, so some of you may have seen it before, but all of that to look forward to. Lots of things going on tonight. First up though is The Bridge. Last time we played, Mark booked himself a place into the season finale final of The Bridge, where there will possibly quite likely be a prize up for grabs. But we need another player. We do need 4 players in the final. So the players who were in the hot seat last time won't be eligible to play in the hot seat game again this time, with the exception of Oni, who I know sort of claimed a spot from someone who had to leave and then got eliminated sort of in the first round, but only played about 2 questions. So I haven't excluded Oni from this. If Oni is around, then you will be eligible to be picked. If you don't want to play in the hot seat, if you just want to play in the audience game, that is completely fine. Once you've joined the lobby, type exclude, your chair will go red and you will not be selected for lobby play. If you do want a chance to get through to the final though, then make sure you join and make sure you're in the Discord and you have got a microphone so that you can come and have a chat with me. Still pennies available for players playing along in the lobby games, so all worth playing for, and we'll have a great time, I'm sure, all the same. So if you want to play The Bridge tonight, type in this code, IAID. IAID. Will bring you into the game, exclude. If you do not want to partake in the hot seat game for whatever reason, remember, after this one, there are only 2 further opportunities to play in the hot seat game of The Bridge. Certainly for this season, being our flagship game for the season. Kirst2, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hope you're well. So make your way into the lobby, and we'll see if RNG favours you. Mark, there is no need for you to exclude, incidentally, because you were in the last game. You won't be eligible to be in this one, but I have put you on a manual exclusion list here, and that applies to other players who were in the hot seat last time. But by all means, do feel free to play in the lobby game. So, is everyone having a good weekend? I hope you are. I've had a very productive day today. Got quite a bit of proofing done. I did the park run this morning, my slowest time. It was okay. It was 25 minutes, 28 or something like that. So I've done it faster, but it was sort of 25, 22, something in that ballpark. But it was fine. And I had a good time. Came home, did a load of proofing. Got some more work done on the thing that I'm going to show you a bit later on. And what else did I do? I did something really productive this afternoon. Something else productive. I can't remember what it was, but it was productive and it's been good. I had a shower as well, washed my hair, which is why it's not tied up at the moment. Right, 30 more seconds. If you want to come and play in the hot seat game of The Bridge, you can join midway through. The lobby code will be up in the top left-hand corner. I have restarted my computer before playing, so hopefully we won't have any interruptions like we did last time. And a reminder, if you do want to play in the hot seat, you do need to have a microphone handy. 1, 2, 3. We have got at least 4 players vying for the hot seat, so hopefully that'll be some players able to play. Dead centre of the audience. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. Right. I was going to go get the bottle of Prosecco. That's not going to last the duration of the bridge, is it? No, it is not. I'll maybe go at the end of the round or something. So, all rules will be explained as we go, but if you've seen it before and you know what to expect, we can lock up the lobby and pick our first player tonight. If you're selected, please head down to the green room where you will be sound tested, and then I will greet you once we've picked all 4 players. First player to face the bridge tonight will be revealed after I've locked the lobby. I think we've got enough. I think we've got enough. There's a lot of people excluding here. A lot of people not wanting to get into the hot seat, it would seem, tonight, so, which is fine. But I hope we've got enough. I guess we'll find out in a minute. First player picked tonight is... It's Shapes, a 40-year-old graduate admissions donkey. Shapes, welcome to the game. Make your way down to the green room. Code will give you a quick sound test, and then we'll have a chat with you in just a moment. Shapes playing on red. Second player to be picked tonight is... Welcome Jack Wilford to the lobby. It's PL Jogging. He's 32 years old and he's covered in Zeus's blood. Jogging, make your way down to the green room. We'll get you sound tested and into the game. You're going to be playing on green tonight. That's PL Jogging. And our third player to be selected for the bridge tonight is... It's Natter. 31 years old and still looking. Welcome to the stream. Natter, you're going to be playing on blue this evening. Make your way down to the green room to get yourself sound tested by Kolo. You are facing the bridge tonight. And our fourth and final player to take on the bridge this evening is going to be... It's Jack Wilfred, a 23-year-old Democratic Services officer. Jack, welcome to the game. Get yourself down to the green room. We'll get you sound tested, and then we'll have a little chat with you. Jack playing on yellow. Those are our 4 players playing the bridge tonight. So Jack getting into the lobby late, but still getting picked. Bad luck if you didn't get picked this time. 2 more heats to follow over the course of... the next few weeks. I see a Jogging in the studio. Hello, Jogging. I see a Shapes. Hello, Shapes. I see a Jack, and I see a Natter. Welcome to all 4 of you. Shapes, first of all, you're the first one picked playing on red. Shapes, how are you doing?
Not too bad. How's it going?
Yeah, ticking along. It's still 1 billion degrees in this office, so I'm actually just going to turn my fan on because I've just realised I'm hot.
Yes, the onset of autumn hasn't begun to bite yet.
It hasn't quite yet, no. It's still been very warm at the moment. But are you an autumn person, or are you more of a summer or winter kind of guy?
I do like autumn. It's sort of the opportunity to sort of bring out all the wistful college rock and all that sort of thing again.
Ah, yes. And we have to call up the guy from Green Day when October the 1st rolls around as well. So I always remember the autumn.
Oh yes, he's planning a sleep for the next 4 weeks.
Yes, for the next 4 weeks. Shapes, have you played the bridge before?
I have not. Oh, I've played from the lobby, but not on the bridge itself.
But not on the bridge itself. So you've got a sort of passing familiarity with the rules, but we may need to go over some things. Shapes, welcome to the game. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Jogging, welcome on in.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, cheers. I do apologise. I have to, by principle, do an audible sigh whenever the "Wake Me Up When September Ends" jokes comes along.
It's a very funny joke, and it's made funny by the fact that I'm the first person ever to make that joke.
I think so, yeah.
I think I am. It's the first time heard tonight. How are you? How are things taking along? You're on the south coast with me, aren't you?
Not exactly with you.
Not exactly with me,
So
but
just,
little ways
to
down.
make that clear. Yeah, but
okay, so
sort of
we're just
nearby.
going to start a rumour now.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah, have you played the bridge before? I want to say that you played in a pilot game or possibly in the preview games. Or am I making that up?
I participated in a preview game in the lobby. I haven't played.
lobby.
I haven't been one of the 4 yet.
You've not been at the bridge itself. Well, welcome to you.
No.
Good to have you with us, and wish you the very best of luck on your pilgrimage this evening.
Thank you.
Natter, hello.
Oh, there, Ben. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I was watching Clash of the Castle there up with JB and the crew there on the Dumpster Lounge there.
Nice. Well, you're the only delegate of our pilgrims going across the bridge tonight, not from the island of Great Britain.
Nope, from Ireland.
From Ireland, the island of Ireland,
Yep.
which is still in the British Isles. So there's a technical distinction between Great Britain, Ireland, Northern Ireland,
Yeah, and
British
British Isles,
Isles. And all of those things, there's fun Venn diagrams you can do with those. Natter,
Yeah, that's true.
have you played the bridge before?
Well, yes, I have. I actually was one of the preview players. Actually, not actually.
You played one of the
I was a
preview
pilot player.
games on the pilot.
I was a pilot person.
How did you get on with it?
I got to the second round, but I got taken out by Claire.
Second round taken out by Claire. Well, we'll see if we can improve on that this evening. Very best of luck to you, Natter.
Will do.
And final player on the bridge in yellow is Jack Wilfred. Jack, hello.
Hello.
How are you keeping?
Good.
How's your summer of no politics been? Must have been very sad, presumably.
I can't do it anymore. It's just too much.
Are you? I'm assuming you're looking forward to our new overlord coming in very soon and reciting the benefits of pork markets in Beijing at us in the next few days.
I'm just exhausted, and they're making it even just an even more unfunny joke, and I can't do it anymore.
Well, I will try and keep the politics light for you this evening, Jack. Have you played the bridge before? I have a feeling you were in a behind-the-scenes game in a server.
I've been in the audience a couple of times, but I've never actually played it.
So we've got 4 players, pretty much, other than Natter, first time stepping onto the bridge, but passing familiarity with the rules. Well, Jack, welcome to you, and best of luck tonight. To all 4 of you, here is how it is going to play out. You will be shown a question, and you'll each get 4 questions you'll each get, 4 questions. No, you won't. You'll each get 3 questions. There's 4 of you. You'll each get 3 questions, each on a similar sort of topic you need to answer in words to me, speaking to me, as quickly as you can. Don't spend too much time on it. Audience, you've got to beat the player by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot. You get a point if you're right, and if you're on the bridge and you're right, you get to take a step forward. So let's, without any further ado, get on with the game. And our first player to answer tonight is going to be Jogging. Question to you: which city in Alabama is named after Ozzy Osbourne's hometown? Need an answer?
Montgomery. That's not right.
Montgomery. Is it Montgomery? It is not. It is Birmingham. Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, okay. Can we have the stream? Can we have the stream up?
Oh,
Sorry.
of course you can. Sorry. Yes. No, that's my bad for not sharing that with you. Let me pop that up
I was
for
about
you.
to say that too.
Yes, my bad. Sorry. Yes. And note from Anoman that Ozzy Osbourne was born near but not in Birmingham, which is why that question is hometown rather than birthplace. Just a technical distinction there. Don't worry, Jogging, you're still on the far podium, but still got 2 more questions in this opening part. Plenty of points going out in the lobby game. On to our next player. Natter, for you, which city in Florida is named after the birthplace of Dmitry Shostakovich? Need an answer?
Moscow.
Moscow. Is it Moscow? Right country, wrong city, I'm afraid. St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, Florida was named after the original home of one of its founders. According to local legend, he won a coin flip against the other founder who wanted to name it after Detroit instead. So bad luck, Nat. You stay where you are, but 2 more questions to follow in a few minutes. Moving on to our next player. Jack Wilfred, question for you. Which city in Georgia is named after the birthplace of Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Athens.
Athens, you
Georgia.
say? Good piece of logical deduction there. Yes, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And you take the first steps forward onto the bridge. Basketball player Antetokounmpo is also known as the Greek Freak and has twice been named the NBA's most valuable player. And Anonymous apologises to me for making me pronounce his surname. His family are originally from Nigeria, and Antetokounmpo is a result of transliterating his birth surname of Adetokounmpo into Greek, so that's where that comes from. Very well played there, Jack. You take your first step onto the bridge. One more player to answer, and it's going to be Shapes. Here's your first question. Which city in Texas is named after the birthplace of Marion Cotillard? Or Cotillard?
Well, she's French, so this must be Paris, Texas.
Let's take a look. Is it Paris? Yes, it is. Absolutely right. Marion Cotillard, or Cotillard, is the film...
Cotillard's right.
Cotillard. The film Paris, Texas is probably better known than the actual Texas city, which according to Wikipedia has a population about 80 times smaller than its French namesake. Shapes taking your first step onto the bridge. Very well played. So 2 of you stepping on and 2 of you yet to score. Let's go to the next set of questions. They'll all be on a similar subject, and we're starting with... jogging again. First question for you. Which animal is known in German as Schildkröte, literally shield toad?
Let's go for tortoise.
Tortoise, you say? Tortoise or turtle were both acceptable answers, yes. Yes, turtle and tortoise, both acceptable. Although if you want to specify a tortoise, you can call it a land shield toad, which would be a Landschildkröte. Very well played. Correct answer there, Jogging. You get your first step onto the bridge. There's a 5-pointer out of the lobby there. Looks to be the high score at the moment. Let's move on to our next hot seat player. It's Colo on 5 for what it's worth. Shapes, up to you next. Which animal is known in French as Cochondindi, literally pig of India?
That is a guinea pig,
Is it a guinea pig?
I think.
Yes, it is a guinea pig. Good knowledge there. Let me look at my... Cochendind. Originally, we were, note from Anonymous, originally going to do a whole set of German animals because German animal names are fantastic, but as you can see, we're now branching into other language. The German for guinea pig, for what it's worth, is Meerschweinchen, literally sea piglet, which I quite like. Shapes, you're taking 2 steps forward on the bridge. Very well played. On to our next player. Nata, over to you, looking for your first step. Which animal is known in Japanese as Harinzumi, literally needle rat?
Dog.
Say it one more time.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog, you say? Sorry, I only got the very end of the word. I thought you might have said dog, but hedgehog is indeed what we wanted there. Very well played. You get your first step onto the bridge. Early designs of Sonic the Hedgehog were known as Mr. Needlemouse. Because of this, it's probably for the best that he was renamed. Very well done, Nata. First step onto the bridge. Jack, though, looking for his second step onto the bridge. We've got a player on 6 out in the lobby. That's Innes at the moment. Jack, your second question here. Which animal is known in Danish as Vaskebjorn, literally washing bear?
I know all the others, but I've got no idea with this one.
You going to pass it?
Or
have a guess.
Something.
Come on.
A badger.
A badger. Is it a badger? I feel like Jeremy Paxman. Come on. It's not a badger, it's a raccoon. Riff is... There he is! Oh, right on cue, Riff. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Yes, it's a raccoon. It's not just in Danish. A wide variety of languages refer to raccoons as washing bears, presumably because of their habit of washing their food while eating, although in French they're washing rats instead. So Jack, Nata and Jogging are 1 step onto the bridge. Shapes is 2 onto the bridge. 1 more question each, starting with Shapes. Right Said Fred were given writing credits on which Taylor Swift song due to its chorus's similarities to I'm Too Sexy?
Come
Come on.
Okay, let's go for Shake It Off.
Shake It Off for a 3rd step on the bridge. Not the answer we wanted. Look what you made me do was the answer that we had down there. Bad luck, you stay right where you are. But still 2 steps onto the bridge, still with an advantage over your opponents at the moment that they've all got a question in hand. Moving on to Jogging. Which Robin Thicke song was found to have infringed the copyright of Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up due to its similar feel?
Blurred Lines.
Was it Blurred Lines? Yes, and that is a song that hadn't aged well when it came out, and now it came on at a wedding, I think. I was at a wedding a few weeks ago, and it came on there, and I was like, is this still an okay thing to play in 2022? But, yeah, there we go. Blurred Lines was the right answer. Very well played. You get your second step onto the bridge. 2 more questions in the first half of this round. Natty, you've got the next one. Tom Petty was given a writing credit on which Sam Smith song due to its chorus's similarities to I Won't Back Down?
Ooh. Okay.
Need an answer.
Writings on the Wall.
Writings on the Wall. Is it Writings on the Wall? It's used as a Bond theme. No, it's Stay With Me. Stay With Me by Sam Smith. And you stay right where you are on that first tile. And we've got one more question in the first half of this round. It's going to Jack Wilfred. George Harrison was found to have subconsciously infringed the copyright of the Chiffons' She's So Fine when writing which song?
I have the Robin Thicke question.
You can't. I'm going to need an answer.
My head's gone completely blank. I can't even think of a Beatles song. I'll just pass.
We are going to have to pass on that one then. I do have to press you for time on this first half. My Sweet Lord was the answer we wanted there. So, at the end of the first half of round 1, Shapes and Jogging have taken 2 steps forward, Natta and Jack have taken 1, but all of that could change as we go to the second half of round 1, where you will be presented with a category and 5 options. 4 of the options will be correct and 1 of them will be incorrect. Finding a correct option advances you by a step. You can answer up to 4 in a row, after which you must pass it on. You can pass at any time after answering 1. If you get a right answer, you take a step forward. If you get the wrong answer, it ends the question and all of your opponents take a step forward, unless there are still 5 options available, in which case your opponents will all take 2 steps forward. This will go out to the lobby first. Lobby, you will have 20 seconds to answer as many answers as you like, up to 4, and you get 1 point for each correct answer, but if you find the one wrong answer, you get nothing for the question. That's how this is going to work. So, we're going to be starting with Shapes. You're going to get control of the first question. You must give me at least 1 answer, whether right or wrong, and let's take a look at it. But going to the audience first, here is the first question. We're after winners of the Hugo Award for Best Sci-Fi/Fantasy Novel. Your options are A. J.K. Rowling, B. Neil Gaiman, C. Ursula K. Le Guin, D. Kurt Vonnegut, E. Robert Heinlein. 5 seconds to get any more answers in the lobby, answering A through E. And that's your time up. We'll have a look and see how the audience got on in a few minutes. Shapes, you've got to give me at least 1. Jogging is following you, who's also on 2 at the moment. What are you starting with?
He's the one who sort of like seems to win it on a regular basis, so it's got into my sphere of awareness. So I'll go for Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman for your first step on the bridge. I'm just going to get my notes in front of me. Neil Gaiman, is that a right answer? Yes, it is. You get to take a step forward. In fact, I'll go through the notes at the end of the question. Do you want to try it again, or do you want to pass it on?
There's only one over there that I could say is a more likely than not. So I'll go for it early on. I'll go for Ursula K. Le Guin.
Ursula K. Le Guin. Another correct answer. You get another step forward on the bridge. You can attempt up to 2 more, or you can pass it on to Jogging. What do you fancy doing?
I think I'm going to pass at this point.
You're going to pass. Okie dokie. Jogging, we're coming to you. 2 of those answers are correct. 1 of them is incorrect. The wrong answer will send everyone else forward 1. The right answer will send you forward 1. J.K. Rowling, Kurt Vonnegut, Robert Heinlein. Or Heinlein. What do you think? Winners of the Hugo Award for Best Sci-Fi or Fantasy Novel.
I'm going to go for 1 because he came up last night in a quiz I was doing. I'm going to go for Robert Heinlein.
Robert Heinlein.
That's how you pronounce it.
Is a correct answer. You get to take another step forward. You're 3 onto the bridge. 1 of those answers is right, 1 of them is wrong. Do you want to attempt it, or do you want to pass it on to Natta?
I will pass, please.
You're going to pass to Natter. So Natter, if you get this one right, then you get a free go. Well, not a free go, but you get a go at the board with 5. But you have got to give me at least one answer, and there are only 2 left on this question: J.K. Rowling or Kurt Vonnegut.
I really haven't had anything about the Hugo Awards for my sense, so I'm gonna go with J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Let's have a look. Is the correct answer. Very well played. You take a step forward on the bridge. You're still in control, and you'll get a new question in just a minute. For information, Robert Heinlein has won the most best novel awards with 4 regular wins plus 2 retro Hugos, awarded retroactively for years where the award wasn't given out. Galen's won twice, and Rowling has won once for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Vonnegut was nominated 3 times, but never achieved better than a 4th out of 5 for Slaughterhouse-5 in 1970, which was beaten by Le Guin's The Left Hand of Darkness to give her her 2nd win, and she was the first woman to win the award. Very well played, Natter. You got your step onto the bridge. That's the end of the question. Let's see how we got on in the lobby. Got a few 2s up there, and there's a 1-3 over on the left-hand side. Those are your current standing scores. We're going to go on to the next question, and we'll give it to the audience first. So, Natter, hang fire just a second. Here is that next question for the audience. We're looking for MPs for London constituencies. A. Ed Davey, B. Nikki Aiken, C. Jeremy Corbyn, D. Suella Braverman, E. David Lammy. 5 seconds left to get your answers in the lobby. 1 point for everyone you can find, unless you find the one wrong answer, in which case you get nothing. There's time up in the audience. Natter, you can pass this immediately if you like, or you can attempt it up to 3 times. Bearing in mind a wrong answer at this point will send all of your opponents forward 2. What do you want to do? I'll
take a stab at 1 or 2 of them.
Okay, where are you going to start?
I'll start off with E. David Lammy.
E. David Lammy is good for a step. You take another step forward. You've attempted 2 out of a potential 4. You can have another go if you like, or you can pass it on to Jack.
I'll take on another one, and I'll say Nikki Aiken.
Nikki Aiken for another step. And you're good. You can attempt 1 more if you like, or you can pass it on to Jack.
I'll attempt 1 more, and I'll say Ed Davey.
Ed Davey, let's take a look. Is a correct answer. Very well played, Natty. You get the full 4 steps from your turn. Great play, and you have taken the lead on the bridge. That is the end of your turn, so the remainder of this question goes over to Jack, who's probably feeling very, very sad at this point that he couldn't answer all of them himself, because he's now going to tell me the constituencies as well, I'm sure.
I'm absolutely fuming.
That's okay.
Ed Davey, Kingston and Surbiton. Nikki Aiken, Cities of London and Westminster. David Lammy, Tottenham.
It's everything that's on my card. Who's the last one, and what's their constituency?
Jeremy Corbyn, Islington North.
Of course it is. Very well played. And Suella Braverman?
No idea.
Okay. She was born in London, but she's the MP for Fareham in Hampshire. So, yeah, you still get the 1 step, and of course, Jack, you have still got control, so you'll get first viewing at the next question. But that is the end of the MPs for London constituencies. Let's take a look at our scores in the audience. No 4s as far as I can see. There is a 3 up there on the back row, taking you up to 6, whoever you are. 12 looks to be our high score at the moment, and I think that's Innes. Yes, indeed it is. Jack, you've got control of the next question, but we'll give it to the audience first of all. Take a look. We are after names of Catholic popes. A. Daniel, B. Benedict, C. Adrian, D. Eugene, E. Pius. You've got 5 seconds left or so in the audience to get your answers in if you want to give this a go. And that is time. Jack, you don't have to attempt this one. You can pass it on to Shapes, or you can attempt up to 3. It's up to you.
I've got exactly 3. So
good for you. Let's hear them.
We'll start with Benedict, which is the most recent of them.
Benedict is good for a step. Up to 2 more, or you can pass.
Then I think there was a Pius in the early 20th century.
Was there a Pius? Yes, there was. You can try 1 more, or you can pass it on.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think 1 is way more likely to be wrong. So I think there's a Pope Adrian at least once.
Adrian. Was there a Pope Adrian? Yes, there was. You take a tied lead with Natter there. Very well played. That is the end of your 4. Question is still live, though, so it goes on to Shapes with just 2 options left. Shapes, you've got to attempt at least one. You can't just pass straight away. Daniel or Eugene?
Well, annoyingly, Jack's picked the 3 I knew.
That's the way the game goes.
So, was there a Pope Daniel or was there a Pope Eugene? Just on the basis that I've not heard either as a name, but as a Pope name, but it's which one have I heard more nothing about? I'm gonna go for Eugene. D.
Eugene, let's take a look. Good decision. Yes, you tie up the lead there. There have been 15 Benedicts, 12 Piuses, 6 Adrians, including Nicholas Breakspear, aka Adrian IV, the only English Pope, and 4 Eugenes. Daniel is a book of the Bible, but no Pope has ever taken that name. Very well played, both Jack and Shapes there. Shapes, you've still got control of the bridge, but we're going to give the next question to the audience first, after we've checked in with their scores. There is a 4 up there. Very well done if you manage to get all 4 of those over in the middle right-hand corner. Currently on 9, and that is a Podo Nuevo. Very well played, finding all 4 popes. Shakes, you don't have to play this next one, but you have got 4 out of 5 chance of getting at least 1, but the penalty is that little bit higher. For the audience first, so here's your next question. We're after the 50 most edited Wikipedia articles, or 4 of the 50 most edited Wikipedia articles. A. Wikipedia. B. A list of WWE personnel. C. Real Madrid CF. D. Boris Johnson. Or E. Beyonce. And that is time in the lobby game. Shapes, do you want to play this one, or do you want to pass it on to jogging? You can attempt up to 3 more. You have got the potential to get to the other side on this question.
Okay. I mean, there's reasoning, but if I sort of logic out my reasoning, I might sort of give something away, so I better not sort of too much.
That is indeed a built-in factor of this game, so speak with caution.
I'm going to go for Beyonce.
Beyonce. Okay. Is Beyonce one of the 50 most edited Wikipedia articles? Yes, it is. 2 from home. You can attempt up to 2 more if you like, or you can pass it on to jogging. What do you want to do?
I'll go for 1 more.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm going to go for Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is a correct answer. You're 1 away from home. You can attempt 1 more answer if you like, or you can pass it on to jogging.
I can't work out from these how to do it, so I'm going to pass.
Jogging, it's over to you. Shapes could have left you with 2. He's actually left you with 3, but you've got to attempt at least 1. What are you thinking?
I've got to try and conjure up something here. I'm a little bit behind. I'm going to go for Real Madrid.
Real Madrid is the correct answer. You can attempt 3 more times, which will put you 1 away from home if you can do all 3 remaining attempts that you've got. Or you can pass it on to Natter at this point. List of WWE personnel or Boris Johnson are your 2 remaining options.
I think I'm going to have to try and play on.
Okay.
Just do a 50-50. I can't really distinguish between these 2 as to what would be edited law. I'm going to say that people are editing Boris Johnson's article in a humorous way, and it's constantly having to be changed because people keep putting unsavory information on there.
So you're going to say D. Boris Johnson?
Yes, but I think that's a foolhardy decision. But I'll go for it.
You sure?
Yes.
Boris Johnson It was a foolhardy decision, not the right answer, I'm afraid. List of WWE personnel was the last correct answer up there, and you've put Shapes home. Shapes, you are through to the next round, and as the first player to cross the bridge, you will get a little boost going into that round of an extra step. Yeah, list of WWE personnel is actually the article with the most edits. It's been edited over 55,000 times, maintaining a strong lead over the second place, which is George W. Bush, with a much lower figure of 47,500. At the time of writing, Wikipedia is in 5th place, Real Madrid in 30th, Beyonce in 39th, and Boris Johnson all the way down at 495th. Slightly ahead of the article on dogs, but behind MTA Regional Bus Operations bus fleet. Bad luck there, Jogging. It was the wrong one to punt for, and you send everyone else forward one step, and the game moves over to Natter. Let's check out the audience scores there. Quite a few +3s. I don't see any 4s up there. High score at the moment, I think, is 16. 2 players on 16, one there and one on the left. So that's Riff and Zeus currently on 16. Natter, you've got a full question and you must give me at least one answer. But for the audience, first of all, here's the next question. We're after Men's Cricket World Cup winners, and I will clarify that this is either 2020 or 50 over World Cup, because the answer is the same either way. A, Sri Lanka, B, Australia, C, South Africa, D, India, or E, the West Indies. Time up in the audience. Natter, just a clarification on that, either 2020 or 50 over, because there are 2 different Cricket World Cups, but the answers are the same either way. What do you think? You've got to give me at least one.
Well, I'm going to start off with India.
You're going to start off with India. India, have they won a Cricket World Cup? Yes, they have. One more correct answer, Natter, and you are through to the next round, or you can pass it on to Jack.
I'll go Sri Lanka next.
Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, have they won a Cricket World Cup? Yes, they have. Very well played, Natter. You are through to the next round. Very well played. We will see you there in a minute. Thus ends your turn, and play moves on to Jack. Jack, you've got to give me at least 1. If you give me 2, then you are through to the next round. Australia, South Africa, West Indies. You could decide it on this question right here. What's your first answer?
There's one that I don't think it is.
Okay.
And although I'm not sure about another, I think if I don't think it's that, then it's got to be the other.
Okay.
I'll say Australia first.
We'll say Australia first, which is good for a step. You're 1 step away from home. You can play this if you like, or you can pass it to Jogging. Bearing in mind, Jogging will be able to answer up to 4 and could get himself home either on this question plus the next one, or some other combination. If you're right, though, you're through to the next round, and Jogging is out of the game. South Africa, West Indies, or pass?
I'm trying to think. Literally what I try and do in these situations is try to reconstruct the table in my head, like from my own photographic memory.
Right, yeah. It's your mind palace, your cricket mind palace.
I can't remember South Africa winning, but West Indies has a specific flag, and I'd be surprised if I had saw that and forgotten it. I'm going to say South Africa.
South Africa for a place in the next round. Is not the right answer. It was the West Indies. Australia have won the 50 over World Cup a slightly ridiculous 5 out of 12 times, and also won the 2020 in 2021, which is confusing. The West Indies won the first 2 50 over World Cups in 75 and 79, and are also the only team to have won 2 2020 World Cups. India beat the West Indies in 1983 to take their title, and won the first ever 2020 World Cup in 2007, and then the 50 over World Cup again in 2011. Sri Lanka have won both the 50 and the 20 over World Cups once, and South Africa were banned from the first 4. So bad luck there, Jack. It is up to Jogging, and because you got that one wrong, he gets an extra step. So he only needs to get 3, and he's got a fresh question with which to do it. Scores in the audience game, a few +3s in there again, not seeing any +4s, a few wipeouts as well. High score looks to be 19 at the moment, up there in the top left, currently with Innis. Jogging, you'll get a chance of this question, but we will give it to the audience first of all. Audience, have a look at this. We are after tellers of Canterbury tales. A, merchant. B, miller. C, pardoner. D, innkeeper. E, knight. 5 seconds to get your answers in the audience. 4 of those are right, 1 of them is wrong, and that is time. Jogging. You can pass after giving me 1 correct answer. Wrong answer here would send Jack through to the next round and you out of the game. You can get to home with 3 correct answers. What's your first going to be?
I'm really bad at the Canterbury Tales, I'm not going to lie. It's
not your area.
Literature, which is my kryptonite. I'm going to start off with Night, because there's a film called A Knight's Tale.
A film called A Knight's Tale. Is Night a correct answer? 2 away.
Next one I think I'm going to go for is Miller.
Miller. 1 away. You don't have to play. If you don't think Jack will know this, you could pass it to Jack and let him, so to speak, hang himself and push you forward with his wrong answer. Or you can attempt it yourself. If you get it right, you're through. If you get it wrong, Jack's through. If you pass and Jack gets it right, he's through. If you pass and Jack gets it wrong, you're through. Those are your 4 scenarios. Merchant, Pardoner, Innkeeper, or pass?
I'm definitely not passing, so I'm just going to have to try and reason out in my head what seems most likely. The one that's sticking out to me most is Merchant, but I'm really not sure, so I'll go with that. I'll just test my luck and go for Merchant.
For a place in the next round, Merchant. You've done it. You are through to the next round. Very well played. The other correct answer up there was... Well, what would you have said if you were going for another answer? If you had to take one more step?
I think Innkeeper is the odd one out there, so I'd have gone for Pardoner.
Yeah, Innkeeper is the odd one out. And Innkeeper Harry Bailey does appear in the Canterbury Tales, but he doesn't tell a story himself. He's the host who leads the group of pilgrims and challenges them to their storytelling contest. Pardoner was the other right answer, which means Jack, you put up a great fight and just 1 away from the finish line, but unfortunately, it's not to be. Oh, I'm really sorry. How you feeling? Stunned into silence.
I'm trying to think of a joke about the game being rigged that doesn't make me sound a really bad loser. But yeah, it's okay.
It was a good comeback from Jogging, you've got to admit. He was halfway down the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Jack, it's been great having you here. I'll allow you to see out the jump into the pit of oblivion, and those the scores in the lobby. Quite a few 3s up there and no 4s. Leading the lobby at the end of that with 22 is Innis. Jack, you go to the pit of oblivion and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. We'll speak to you again soon, I hope.
See ya.
Cheers, Jack. So, Jogging, Natter, and Shapes, you are all through to round 2. Very, very well played. Let's go there now. Well, Shapes, you had a bit of quiet time at the end there, getting an early way through into the next round. You must be very pleased with that performance.
Yeah, that went with sort of not too much of a scary moment. Sort of bit where I kind of lost momentum halfway across, but yeah, managed to get over the line.
Well, yes, you'd say you've done particularly well, and because you were the first to cross the bridge, you also get a bonus step, which we'll put in just a minute. Very well played. Natter, through to the second round for a second time. You must be feeling pretty good about that.
Doing pretty well, actually.
Absolutely. We'll see if we can make it into round 3 for you in just a minute. And Jogging, you must have been sort of your life flashing before your eyes there when everyone else is 1 step away and you're only halfway over.
I actually feel really terrible for Jack, because I was pretty much guessing at the end of that question. Yeah, it was by all accounts I probably deserved to go out in the first round, but
it is how the game works, so that's how the question format works out. But you are here in round 2, and very well deserved as well. And welcome, Samster, to the stream. Shapes, you were first across the bridge, so you get a bonus step. You get to take your first step onto the bridge. In this round, you will be shown 2 categories and 3 options. One of the options will fit both categories, one will fit one of them, and one will fit neither. 2 of you will get to attempt each pair of categories, and one of you will sit out a particular question. It will rotate so that it does balance out over the course of the game. If you find the answer that fits both categories, and a message from our sponsor, Oni91_573.
19. As per the wishes of Paul Hardcastle, I'm getting drunk in a pub. That's how I choose to read that song, Don't Judge Me, I Swear to God.
Thank you very much for the 19-month subscription there, Oni, and do enjoy your pub trip. Great to have you with us remotely, as it were. So if you find the answer that fits both categories, you get to take 2 steps forward. If you find the one that fits one, you take 1. If you find the wrong answer, both of your opponents take 1 step forward. In the audience game, it's A, B, or C. 2 points for finding the double, 1 point for finding the single, and no points for finding the wrong answer. Those are the rules. And we're going to start with Natter. We are after an NFL team that's won a Super Bowl and an animal native to the Americas. A Falcons, B Lions, C Dolphins. And that's time up in the lobby, so we just have to give the lobby a chance to answer. That is now time up, and only welcome to the stream. Natter, what are you thinking?
Sure, let's go with Falcons.
Falcons. It's worth the thing, single step. So it does fit one of those categories, but one of those fits 2, and one of those fits neither. Shapes, what do you think?
Right, okay. I thought the one I'm going to go for is the one that only fitted one of them. I was going to have to go for it as the sort of cut and run and take the soul. Sorry about this.
That's all right.
I think that person with the motorbike with the bad engine has gone past. I think we're safe now.
I think we're safe. Okay.
So I think it's the Miami Dolphins have won the Super Bowl, so I'm going to go for the Dolphins.
Let's have a look. Correct answer. You move forward 2 steps. Yes, so just a bit more information for you on that one, if I can just get my column the right width. If I could come over there, can't I? Miami Dolphins, you're quite right, won 2 Super Bowls back-to-back in 72 and 73. Both Dolphins and Falcons can be found all over the world, including the US. But the Atlanta Falcons have lost both their Super Bowl appearances, while the Detroit Lions have never even made it to a Super Bowl. And also, there aren't any Lions native in either of the Americas. Very well done there, Shapes. 2 steps forward on the bridge, which means jogging. You're going to get first punt at this next question. Trophy if you got 2, tick if you got 1, cross if you didn't get an answer in or you were wrong. 23 looks to be our leading score. I think that's Innes over there. Jogging, starting with you, and Silent Marie, welcome to the stream. Here's your next set of categories. We're after an Olympic ring colour and a colour in Piet Mondrian's Broadway Boogie Woogie. A is yellow, B is green, C is purple. And that is time in the lobby. Jogging, what do you think?
I'm quite infamously terrible at remembering my Olympic ring colours, and I have absolutely no idea on the second category. I'm going to go for green.
Green. Let's take a look. Is green a correct answer? With a single step, so it fulfills one of the criteria, but there is one up there that fulfills both and one that fulfills neither, and it's going to be Natter who gets to decide, yellow or purple.
Take yellow.
Good decision. Yes, yellow does feature on the Olympic rings and is also in the Mondrian Broadway Boogie Woogie. Mondrian was a founder of the Distill movement, which emphasised simplicity and abstraction by using only straight lines. The primary colours red, blue and yellow, and shades of black, white and grey. I had a Mondrian on a t-shirt one time. The Olympic rings are blue, yellow, black, green and red, representing the 5 continents, because apparently America is all one continent according to the Olympiad. So there we go. Well played, Natter. You tied up with Shapes, and we go on to the next question after we checked out the audience scores. Plenty of players getting a trophy there, so 2 points there, nicely done. 25 looks to be our high score, belonging to Innes up there in the top left-hand corner. On to our next question. Shapes, you're starting this time. We're after a Cambridge College and an Oxford College. A, St Sed's, B, Corpus Christi, C, All Souls. 5 seconds in the lobby. And that'd be time. Shapes.
Now, you'd think from someone who's an avid watcher of University Challenge, I'd be able to remember this, but I think what that show has done is kind of sort of seeded in me the mistaken thought that whichever college it is the same college, even though it's obviously two different colleges with the same name, whichever one it is. So now I'm going to have to do the same thing as before and go for the one that I know is probably worth 1 point.
Okay.
Which might be 2. So I'm going to go for B, Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi. 2 steps, very well played. So, one remaining answer is worth 1 point, and one will send everybody else forward 1. Bit of a spread on the bridge, Shapes with 5 steps, Natter with 3, Jogging with 1. Jogging, you get the second bite at this question. What are you going to go for?
I think All Souls is one of them.
All Souls. Yes, indeed it is. So All Souls is a postgraduate only Oxford college rather. Its entrance exam is infamously difficult, and until 2010, applicants were required to, alongside other more standard tests, sit an exam where all they were given was a single word and 3 hours to write whatever they liked about it. St Sed's College is a fictional Cambridge college from the Douglas Adams novel Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, so very well played there. Lots of trophies in the lobby, lots of 2 points going out there, a couple of 1s as well, and a handful of players not getting the answer. 27 looks to be our leading score with Innes at the moment, and Natter, I believe you're leading this next question. And we're after a biome in Minecraft and a basic land card in Magic the Gathering. A is prairie, B is swamp, C is island. 5 seconds for the lobby, and that's time. What do you think?
I believe I'll go with the swamp, please.
You believe you'll go with swamp? Oh, hello. A message from our sponsor, Jack Wilfred.
Apologies for my mild bitterness. Was just a bit shocked. Best of luck to my Barrack teammates and GG to Natter on his amazing play in the multiple choice.
Thank you for your good sportsmanship there, Jack, and thank you for the 100 bits as well. It can be a bit of a swingy game, so I appreciate it. It can be a bit of a wrench when it's sort of clutched from the jaws of victory, but I appreciate your good sportsmanship and the 100 bits. Thank you very much indeed. Natter, one more time for me. You were going to say swamp. Let's see if swamp is worth anything. It is. In fact, it's worth 2 steps. Very well played. You are up and tying again with Shapes. Nicely done. Jogging, not for the first time, on the back foot here. And you've got an opportunity to answer this question now, Jogging. Prairie or island?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember my Magic lands. I think island is one of them.
Island.
I think that's blue.
Let's have a look. Is island an answer? It is, and it's a correct one as well. Very well played. Yes, you take a step forward. The basic islands in Magic the Gathering are plains, islands, swamps, mountains, and forests, plus wastes, technically. And of these, plains, swamps, forests, and mountains are also Minecraft biomes, according to the official website. Whereas islands are things you find in ocean biomes rather than their own type of environment. Prairie was considered as a name for plains, but was rejected as it was too American sounding. Well done. Lots of correct answers coming out. Let's see how you got on in the lobby. Again, lots of trophies up there. Just the one with the green tick. I think that's Innes there. Has anyone had a chance to catch him up? 28, a few 26s in here as well. Plenty of 25s and 20s. So all to play for. All to play for as we go to our next question. And Shapes, you're starting off with this one. We're after an official language of Switzerland and a language of a Eurovision winning song since 2000. A is Italian, B is German, C is Swedish, and that is time in the audience. Shapes, what do you think?
I'm going to go for Italian.
Italian, let's have a look. 2 steps again. Strong play there, Shapes. Very well done. You're 1 step away from safety and that much closer to the final round. Move on to Natter. German or Swedish? What do you think?
German, please.
German? Let's take a look. Good play. Yes. The official languages of Switzerland are French, Italian, German, and Romansh. The only songs not in English to win Eurovision anytime recently have been in Serbian in 2007, Portuguese in 2017, Italian in 2021, and Ukrainian in 2022. Sweden and Germany have both won, but with English songs. So, Shapes is 1 away, Natter is 2 away, and Jogging is still 5 away. But all of that could change as we go to our next question. Let's check out the score. A little bit more mixed there. Still plenty of 2 points going out, a handful of ones, and quite a few crosses as well. Innes jumps up to 30 points with the lead. We've got a couple of 28s and a 27. NPL Dart and Riff on 28, Colo on 27. Jogging, you get the start of the next question. We're after a moon of Jupiter and a playable character in Dota 2. A. Callisto, B. Io, C. Zoe. 5 seconds in the audience. And that's time. What do you think?
Woof. Never played Dota 2. I'm going to go with Callisto.
Callisto is worth a single step. It is a right answer, but only fulfills one of the criteria. Still a bit of a way to go, but depends how your opponents play. Shapes, can you finish off the question? Io or Zoe?
I'm going to go for Io, please.
Io is the correct answer, and 2 steps you're only going to take 1 because that does put you home and through to the final, and you'll get a bonus step into the final as the first player to cross the bridge. Very well played. Yeah, so Io is Jupiter's 3rd largest moon and is also a floating ball of light that goes beep and teleports you across the map in Dota. Callisto is also a moon of Jupiter, about the size of the planet Mercury. Zoe is a Greek name, so it sounds like it could be a moon of Jupiter, but is in fact a League of Legends character, not a character in Dota 2. So Shapes crosses the bridge, and lots of green ticks, only a handful of trophies up there, just a few players getting the 2 points. Innes still with the lead for now, though 2 points ahead of NPL Dart and Riff, who are both on 29. Let's go to our next question. Jogging, you're starting this one off because the player has crossed, so the order changes. We're after a chemical element is named after it, and it won the 1976 Judgment of Paris wine tasting. A. France, B. Italy, C. California. Time up in the audience. Chemical element is named after it, and it won the 1976 Judgment of Paris wine tasting. What do you think?
I'm going to go for A.
A. France. Let's take a look. It's worth 1 step, so it fulfills one of the criteria. But Natter, one of these answers is worth 2 steps, and one of them will send Jogging forward 1 step. Put another way, one of these answers will put you into the final, and one of these answers will put Jogging into tied position with you. Natter, Italy or California?
Well, I know that there is a chemical known as Californian, so I am going to go with C.
For a place in the final, California? It is the right answer. You get your 2 steps. Very well played there, Natter. Yes, as you pointed out, California has a Californium named after it. France has 2 elements named after it, francium and gallium. In the wine tasting, wine experts at the time were shocked when a panel of French judges rated both Californian white and red wines as superior to French ones for the first time in a blind tasting. Meanwhile, Italy produces more wine than any other country, but was neither involved in the wine tasting nor has an element named for it. And with that, Shapes and Natter are our 2 finalists. Jogging, it was a bit of an uphill struggle to get into round 2, but you got there, you gave it a good fight, but unfortunately just didn't make it over the bridge. Have you had a good time?
Oh yeah, it's been fun. Cheers.
Good stuff. Well, it's lovely to have you. Do stick around to watch yourself jump into the pit of oblivion. And there you go. Plenty of trophies up there as well in the audience, which is nice to see. And Innes still with the leading score of 33, NPL and Riff on 31. Jogging, great to have you with us, and we'll speak to you another time.
Cheers.
Which leaves Shapes and Natter to go to the final round. One of them will leave with nothing, and one of them will join Mark in the final in a few weeks' time. Let's go to round 3. So, Shapes, Natter. Here we are in the final, battling it out for a place, playing against Mark and two other yet to be decided players. How this round works, you will be shown a question. You have the option to answer it immediately, which will earn you 3 steps if you're right, but it will give your opponent 1 step if you're wrong, and also give them a chance to answer the question with options. If you don't want to answer it without options, you can choose to put 4 or 2 options up for 2 and 1 step respectively, but again, if you are incorrect, it gives your opponent a bonus step plus a chance to answer the question with fewer options for another bonus step. If you go for 2 options and get it wrong, then your opponent gets 2 steps automatically. The first player to get to the other side of the bridge is the winner. In the audience game, you have to judge whether you think the hot seat player is going to guess, because you can only have 1 attempt, and if you don't attempt when there is when there are no options up, and the hot seat player does, then you lose that question. But if you guess and you're wrong, then you don't get to guess after the options are displayed. So it's again a bit of a push your luck sort of strategy. Do you think the hot seat player is going to have a go or not? So again, it will either be multiple choice or a full answer. Shapes, you were the first player to cross the bridge, so you get a bonus step. And our first player to answer, and fingers on buzzers, audience, if you want to attempt this without options, the first question is... It's for Natter, and we want to know which current world chess champion announced in July that he would not defend his title at the 2023 championship. 5 seconds in the lobby. A few players are having a go at this one. And that is time. So everyone else is going to be hoping that Natter puts some options up. But Natter, for 3 steps, do you think you know?
I'll actually take the options for 4.
4. We'll put 4 options up for you. So again, in the audience, if you haven't already answered, 4 options, A, B, C or D for 2 points. And they are A. Viswanthan Anand, B. Ian Nepominati, B. C. Magnus Carlsen or D. Gary Kasparov. That's time up in the audience. If you've still not answered, then you're going to have to hope that Natter gets it wrong and the options reduced to 2. Natter, what do you think?
Well, I would be saying Carlton Magnus Carlsen, but I think it's Ian Nepomniachtchi.
Ian Nepomniachtchi. You're playing B?
B, please, yes.
Is not the right answer. Shapes gets a step forward, and audience, another chance to attempt this question if you haven't done so already. It's either C or D. And that's time up. So, Shapes, for another step, Magnus Carlsen or Gary Kasparov?
I'm pretty sure it's Magnus Carlsen.
Absolutely is, and you are 3 steps forward without even seeing a question yet. Natter on a standing start back on the home platform. Bit of a not great start there, Natter, but still time to catch up. Depends how the questions fall. Let's take a look how you got on in the lobby. Few people getting the trophy answer for guessing without options, and we've got a couple of greens and some crosses up there as well. Shapes, next question is going to be for you, but for the audience first of all. In which modern-day country was Joseph Stalin born? Answering without options if you would like to. A few people giving this a go. 5 seconds if you want to attempt it. And that is time. So everyone who hasn't answered is going to be hoping Shapes put some options up. Shapes, do you want to give it a go, or do you want some options?
Can I have 4 options, please?
4 options for 2 steps. Let's take a look. A. Georgia, B. Kazakhstan, C. Russia, D. Denmark. Answers coming in from the audience first of all. If they want to have a go, 5 seconds, and that's time up in the audience. So if you haven't answered yet, you're going to be hoping Shapes gets this wrong, so you can try at 2. Shapes, what do you think?
Oh god, I was worried that this might happen and that they all seemed feasible. Okay, can I go for Georgia, please?
Georgia for 2 steps. Is that the right answer? It is the right answer. Very well played. You get another 2 steps. Bad luck if you didn't answer that one in the lobby. You're not now going to get a chance. Yes, born in Gori, Georgia.
I knew that answer.
Did you know that one? Bad luck
Yeah,
with the questions.
that was the history.
Birth name was the much more Georgian sounding Josep Bessariones Jugashvili. or something like that. Incidentally, on the Magnus Carlsen question, he first became champion in 2013 by beating Anand. Kasparov was champion from 85 until 2000 and became a prominent anti-Putin campaigner and human rights activist after his chess career ended. Shapes, you're 3 away from safety. Nata, you're yet to take a step onto the bridge. A few people getting that right without options. Very well played to you if you've got the trophy. A few ticks in there. Innes has still got the lead with 39 at the moment. And Nata, question going to be coming to you. For 3 points, if you can give it to me without options, but for the audience first. Which Nintendo character is named for a lawyer who defended the company against claims that Donkey Kong infringed on the King Kong trademark? 5 seconds in the audience if you want to give this a go. Quite a few attempting this without options, and that's your time up. Nata, do you want to attempt without options, or would you like some options up there?
I have a feeling who it might be, but I am going to go with the options.
4 or 2?
4.
4 or 2. 4 of them. Let's have a look at 4 options. Kirby, Link, Yoshi, Luigi. Answering in the audience first of all, 5 seconds if you want to give it a go with 4 options. Bear in mind, if you don't attempt it now and that's time up, you're going to have to hope Nata gets it wrong if you want to try it. Nata, A, B, C or D, what do you think?
I'm going to have to go with Kirby.
Kirby for 2 steps. Correct answer, very well played. It's probably unfair to sum up John Kirby's legal career as the Donkey Kong guy, especially as it began with him working with the Department of Justice to find evidence of discrimination against African Americans in the South that was used in creating the Voting Rights Act. Kirby was chosen from a short list of names because it reminded the game's creators of the lawyer that had saved their iconic character. The etymology of Yoshi is less clear, although it may be based on a Nintendo employee's nickname. Luigi's name sounds like the Japanese Ruigi, meaning similar, because he's similar to his brother Mario. Link is named for the idea that he links different times or possibly different people together. Nata, you are onto the bridge, 2 steps forward, but Shapes has a chance to win the game on this next question. Plenty of trophies in the audience, quite a few crosses up there as well, and a handful of ticks, people getting it from the 4 options. Inca with the lead of 42 at the moment. And for what could be the last question of the game, if Shapes takes this and gets it right without options, for the audience first, here it is. In T.S. Eliot's poem The Wasteland, which month is said to be the cruelest? 5 seconds if you want to attempt this without options in the lobby. And that's time. So anyone who didn't answer is going to be hoping Shapes is putting some options up. Shapes, do you know this one?
I think I do.
Do you want to play, or do you want to play it safe?
I think because I'm close enough, I'm gonna have to go try it, aren't I? I think it's November.
You think it's November? Well, let's take a look and see, is it, for a place in the grand final, November? It's not. Nata gets a step forward and a chance at a bonus question. It's either July or April. 2 options in the lobby first of all. 5 seconds to get your answers in. A or B. And that's your time up. Nata, you got a bonus step because Shapes got it wrong. For another step forward, is it July or is it April?
Not heard the Wasteland. I'm just going to have a go at saying that April is the cruelest.
April for another step. Good guess. That is the right answer, and you're within 1 step of Shapes, and you've got control of the next question. November is one of the other options that could have come up along with January. The Wasteland begins. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land. Eliot released a series of author's notes to explain the many references, quotes, and allusions in the poem, but later described his own explanatory notes as a remarkable exposition of bogus scholarship, written only so that the poem was long enough to publish as a book. It's hard to tell how serious he was being. And this has really tightened up at this point. Natty, you cannot complete on this question, but you can get within 1. So, quite a few trophies in there, quite a few people knowing the T.S. Eliot poem and getting the 3 points there. Inca's still with a lead of 45. We've got a 37, a couple of 37s in here, there and there, which I'll have a look at who they belong to in just a moment. Mark and Jurs. Natty, you've got control of this question. Which European country has 2 co-princes as joint heads of state? This is worth 3 steps if you get it without seeing options. 5 seconds in the lobby, and that's time. Do you want to attempt it without, or do you want to put some options up, and if so, how many?
I'm not taking a fucking stab at the whole thing. I'm gonna take the options 4, please.
4 options for 2 steps and to nudge ahead of Shapes with the correct answer. Andorra, Ireland, Liechtenstein, Malta. 5 seconds in the lobby. And that's time. So, anyone who didn't answer is hoping Nata gives a wrong answer here. Nata's hoping for 2 steps with the right answer. What do you think?
Well, I know for certain that Ireland has a president. Malta, I don't think even has a prince. I don't think. Liechtenstein does seem like it would be possible, but I'm gonna go with A for Andorra, please.
A for Andorra. And I will warn you at this point that if this is wrong, then you're very welcome to expostulate during the question, but bear in mind Shapes would get a chance at a bonus if this is wrong and you may be giving him information. Let's have a look though. Is it Andorra? It's academic in this case because Andorra is absolutely right. Nata, you take the lead and you are now within 2 steps of a place in the grand final. Shapes is 3 away. And my goodness gracious me, the decision that Shapes is going to have to make in just a minute. Yeah, Andorra's 2 co-princes are the Bishop of Urgell, Catholic diocese in Spain, and the President of France. Yes, Emmanuel Macron does get to be head of state of 2 different countries. Liechtenstein has a prince as its head of state, but just the one, and Malta and Ireland have both got presidents. So, Shapes. We come back to you. Only a smattering of people getting the 3 points there. Very well done if you did get that. 2 points to quite a few, and Innes extending his lead now up to 48. Shapes, if you want to get into the final, then you might need to give me an answer off the bat. Or you can put some options up and hope for the best. Bear in mind, if you are wrong with 2 options, Nata is straight through to the final. If you're wrong with 4 options, or if you're wrong outright, Nata gets 1 step and a chance to get to the final off his own back. Big decision to make here. Here is your question, and for the audience first. In Shinto, which kami is associated with the rice harvest and is often represented by a fox? All quiet in the audience at the moment. There's a few people having a go there. Just the 3, and that's time up. Shapes, how's your Shinto?
Oh, God, rubbish. Okay. I'm going to have to go for 4 options, please.
4 options for 2 steps. Over to the audience. A, B, C, or D. A, Tsukiyomi. B, Tenjin. C, Inari. D, Amaterasu. And remember, if you don't answer this one, you've got to hope that Nata gets it wrong. That is time up. Sorry, that Shapes gets it wrong, which will put it down to 2 options. Shapes, for 1 step from the finish, what do you think?
Oof. Doesn't really help me, these options. I'm just going to have to go for which sounds more familiar. I'm going to go for Inari.
Inari for 2 steps. Good punt. Yes, absolutely right. Amaterasu is the goddess of the sun, from whom the Japanese imperial family is said to descend. Tsukiyomi is her sister, the moon goddess, and Tenjin is an actual historic figure, scholar, and poet Sugawara no Michizane, whose spirit is now considered to be a god of learning. Well done, Shapes, but you're not home and dry yet. Nata has got control of this one. Nata has got no incentive to attempt this question without options because 3 or 2 steps will put him into the final. He will probably be inclined to go for 4 options rather than 2 because 2 would not get him through to the final, but it's going to be entirely up to him. Nobody getting the 3-pointer on there, just a couple of 1-pointers on the multi-choice there. Well done if you got that. So, Nata, big decision coming your way. Here is your next question for the audience first. Which English cheese is wrapped in nettles while it matures? 5 seconds in the audience. There's a few people having a go. 1, 2, 3, 4 players attempting this, and that is time up. Nata, Dragon, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Nata, as I mentioned, there's no incentive to try this without options, but you might know it anyway. 4 options would still be enough to get you home. 2 would not be. What would you like to do? Oh, I'm getting a robot from you there, Nata. No, we're still getting a robot. Nata, try disconnecting, reconnecting. Pop back into the green room and I'll bring you back in. Yeah, try a disconnect, reconnect. Hang on, let me at you in live chat or voice text.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. All right, he's got the message. So yeah, if Nata could, yeah, if you could, he's not in the room anymore. So there we go. He's disconnected. So hopefully a quick reconnect will resolve this. The tension at this point. Hopefully that's better. He's just doing a quick sound test with Colo. Nata, are you with us?
Yes, I'm back.
That's better. Lovely. Now loud and clear. So, what are you thinking?
I'm so sorry, Chase, but I know the answer.
Do you want to put some options up
Cornish
anyway,
shark.
or do you want to just play it for hubris?
It's Cornish shark.
Is it Cornish Yarg? Yarg is absolutely the right answer. The absolute hubris there. He didn't need to do it, but he knew it. And with that, you've gotten to the other side, deprived everyone in the lobby who didn't attempt that there. 2 people getting it right. Innes and Claire, by the looks of it, 2 getting it wrong. No one getting a chance to multi-choice, which means, Nata, you are through to the final of the bridge. Very well done. We'll have a chat with you in just a moment. But Shapes, it means you're pipped at the post.
Yeah.
Oh, but what a great game.
That.
How are you feeling now, Shapes?
Oh, not great. I just really ruining that question about the wasteland because I should have known that. Should have got that.
It is a game your luck can change just that quickly, such is the nature of the game. But you've been a great contestant, Shapes. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And we'll see you again in the future. Do stick around, though, just to watch yourself jump into the pit of oblivion. I think I need to resolve something first of all. There we go. And is everyone else's avatar going to flip around? No. Yes, there we go. Which means that 51 is Innes, I think, there with the high score. 42 is next, and 40 is third, and I believe that is Innes. Who, I can't remember, possibly NPL Dart, or maybe they were 38, and I think that's Jers on 40. We'll find out in just a minute, but very well played to you 3, your top scores there. Those will be converted into pennies and paid out at a rate of points times 5, possibly. Either way, Shapes, thank you for playing, but off to the pit of oblivion you go.
No.
Mark. It was Mark. Mark E. Nata, you're the winner.
Ah!
Well
Oh my
done.
God.
Very, very congratulations. You're through to the grand final of the bridge. On a yard
know,
question.
I know. I would have been possibly there faster if I went with my instinct and gone on to Carlos Megason.
Yeah, I will say that was the thing. You could have been there a bit faster, but yeah, the chess question giving Shapes that really big lead at the beginning, but you got it back, and I say Shapes being a bit upset about that question he got wrong, and say it is just the nature of the game. Your luck can change just that quickly. It makes for a lot of excitement, I think. But Nata, go have a little sit down, catch your breath, and we'll see you in the final, which will be during the season finale in about 6 weeks' time, I think. And we'll see you there. Our second contestant playing against Mark is Nata. Congratulations, Nata. We'll see you later on.
Namaste.
So, very, very exciting game of the bridge there with lots of swings back and forth, but ultimately, after getting to round 2 in a pilot appearance, it is Nata who emerges victorious and joins Mark in the final. Very, very well played. For everyone else who played along in the audience game, I hope you enjoyed that, and those pennies will be paid out at a rate that I can't now remember. Very many thanks to Anonyman for that question pack there. Lovely questions, well balanced, something for everybody, and really well thought out, as has been remarked by a few people. It's a particularly tricky game to write for, and it's to get the balance right. So I think Anonyman's done a great job there. So Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to take a short break because I need to go refill my glass. But when I return, we will be marking the return of The Abyss. First time seeing it this season. And don't forget that at the end of The Abyss, I'm going to be doing something extra at the end of the stream, something I've been working on that I would like to test out with all of y'all before going sort of public with it, if you like. So, yes, thank you again to Anonyman. Congratulations to Nathan, and congratulations to Innes in the lobby game. And Topper, welcome to the stream. Stick around because The Abyss coming up after this very short break. See you in a minute. And a message from our sponsor, Silent Marine.
A Night of Evil Voids?
And don't go away, because right after this very short break, we will be back with the first episode of The Abyss this season. I'm going to run some adverts, so if you aren't subscribed, then you'll see some adverts, but you won't miss any of the action. There is some ad break pennies available. Ad break 17 if you want an extra 17 pennies to add to your total. So yes, Abyss coming up after this very short break. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. welcome back to the quietly nihilistic arena of the Abyss. First appearance this season. It's been a long time coming, actually. We've seen Cryptex twice this season, but I haven't seen the Abyss yet, just because of scheduling reasons, I think. To do with not having the same 2 games on any one stream, but also not having... Cause I think it would have put... If I'd done Abyss where last Cryptex was, it would have put 2 Abysses on Tuesday and 2 Cryptexes on Saturday, so it's about mixing it up for different audiences as well. Hello, Puzzle Dad. Welcome to the stream. If you would like some Abyss pennies, I'm going to set this one at 50. 50 pennies! Type in Abyss 50 right now, and if you want to play in the Abyss, this has now got anytime entry, so if you miss this lobby, you can still come and join in a little bit later on. And I've added in a thing where when you are in the middle of the game, your external sort of lobby prefab will go a different colour. You'll go yellow, just as a bit of an eye catcher for you there. So, if you want to play the Abyss, type in the code FGPV. And I will add, before I forget, this pack has been written by Now Cut That Out, and it is nothing short of a masterpiece. All 5 packs have been created by 2, proof by me this afternoon, and it is really top work. Something for everybody, some very, very clever writing. There's a lot to enjoy in this pack. So if you were in 2 thoughts about coming to join in, I would highly encourage this as one that you come and play in. And yeah, Now Cut That Out, I'll write to. I'm not sure he's here. Are you here tonight too? Have I seen you tonight? I feel like I have. I think I've seen your name. Have I seen your name on my list of names? Maybe I haven't. Oh no, he's in chat. But yeah, oh yes, there you are, number 7. Yeah, absolutely top work here. Oh yeah, we had 2 of them in Plinko. Oh yeah, of course we did. Of course we did. But yeah, really top work from 2 with this set of packs, 5 packs. The Abyss is an auto runner, apart from the bit just before we go to the final. So yeah, I won't get distracted. I know the Bridges is quite a lengthy game. It can be quite a lengthy game, but so it is the flagship game for the season, and there's a lot involved in it. So. Here out of protest for duty going for Sabi not being accepted. Yeah, fair point. I was going to review the footage and maybe let you keep your extra 725, but I will review said footage, and obviously we'll have to do that for anyone else who said duty gap toward Sabi. So yeah, there it is. Right, that's long enough. Let me stop that bonus. 25 of you claiming 50 bonus pennies for the Abyss, and coming up after the Abyss, a new clever thing. That I'd like as many people as possible to be involved in, because I need to test breaking things, because it's going to be a standalone build for you guys in the various servers, and also for me IRL. So speaking of servers, do come and join us right there. Other things, just looking ahead at the rest of the schedule. Topper's got his season finale tomorrow. I'll probably do some more continuity at the end, but just while it's on my mind. Topper One Gaming, our great friend Topper, is going to be doing the finale of Moneybags, and he's also got Elimination tomorrow evening on his season finale, 8 PM BST, over at twitch.tv/Topper One Gaming. Our great friend Bash, who we may hear from a bit later on. He's back next week, Wednesday and Friday, with 15 to 1 and Turnabout on the Wednesday, and Breakaway and Wipeout on the Friday. That is twitch.tv/AT_bash, 8 PM BST Wednesday and Friday next week for 15 to 1 and Turnabout on the Wednesday, Breakaway and Wipeout on the Friday. So our friend Bash, I'll give him another plug at the end of the stream. Just before we get on with the game, what am I doing next week? Number Wang, Red Herrings and Spotlight on Tuesday, Twitch Plays Wordle and Danger Zone on Thursday, Hacker Data Leak and Escape Artist on Saturday. Good lineup, that. I like the look of that week. Should be a lot of fun. Right, without any further ado, let's play the Abyss. Here's the rules. So, players will attempt to answer up to 40 questions by whispering the answer to Persephone's Twitch bot. Use the crossword clues to assist you, as spelling does matter in this game. After the 5th question, 9 players will be selected to join the Abyss Arena, with players who have performed better given a higher chance. If players in the Abyss Arena answer a question incorrectly or abstain, they lose a life and drop a level. After the third incorrect answer or abstention, they drop into the Abyss and are out of the game. Player from the Wings will be selected to replace them, with players who perform better on the previous 5 questions given a higher chance. Arena players earn an extra life up to a maximum of 3 after successfully answering 5 consecutive questions. After question 40, the players in the Abyss Arena progress to the final. I have just thought of something that I might have forgotten to do, because as you've seen, the prefabs go up and down. That's because for all intents and purposes there are 2 columns of prefabs. The one on the left goes underneath the screen and the one on the right goes above the screen. They mirror each other, but on certain things I need to update both sets of prefabs. And with regard to the yellow, when you go into the middle, your prefab will go yellow. I may not have done it on the right hand side. We've only got 2 players over there at the moment. More players may join over the course of the game, but that is something that we may well find out. Just to forewarn you, if you don't go yellow, it'll be because you're on the right hand side, I suspect. Good luck to you all. This set of question packs comes from Now Cut That Out, and they are chef's kiss. Good luck, have fun. This is the Abyss. So things on buzzers, whispering to Persephone's Twitch spot, nothing in public chat. Keep your eye on the chat, because when the question's in chat, the question is live. First category, it rhymes with pain. Can proceed reaction, gang, or letter. It is 5 letters long. Rhymes with
pain.
I think 2 probably wanted me to press that button. Nice to see a sea of green at the beginning there. Chain is what we wanted there. Chain. Good start for everybody, getting some points on the board. On to the next category. The hottest films of 1900 to 1909. Princess Nicotine or The Blank Fairy. Not good for the lungs. 5 letters. That would be The Smoke Fairy. About just under half getting that one right, moving up to 2 points. Very well played. Remember, the more questions that you get right out of any 5, the more chance you have of getting into the centre. Video game haikus. Tom Nook is evil. Blathers bought all my fossils. I ran out of bells. 6 and 8. That would be Animal Crossing. Not know if you got that one. Quite a few players on the maximum of 3 already. A few on 2. Everyone's on at least 1. Next category. O words in music. Blank. Well, could you help me place this call? See, the number on the matchbook is old and faded. 1972. 8 letters. Operator is what we wanted there. Operator. Quite a few people getting that one. And we've got 5 players who've got all 4 so far, with 1 more question before the first 9 players are brought in. 3-word questions, 3-letter answers. Magna Blank Laude. 3 letters. Obviously. How amusing. Magna Cum Laude. Tee-hee-hee. So, 5 players getting 5 out of 5. Not necessarily guaranteed in, but Dragon is the first in with 5. Fluid Fernando is in with 5. Puzzle Dan's got in with just 1. That's how the lottery goes. AB Me's got in with 4. Oh, it is lighting you on the right. Good, I did do something right. Hooray. Jogging's in with 5. Tadari's in with 3. Calibrated Vision is in with 2. Kolo's joined in with 4. And Mark has joined us with 4. Welcome you 9. You are the first players into the Abyss Arena. On to the next question. Hottest films from 1900 to 1909. The Misadventure of a French Gentleman Without Blank at the Zandvoort Beach. Not featuring full frontal nudity. 5 letters. Pants is the answer. Pants is what we wanted. Puzzle Dan, PL Jogging, Vision, and Cola losing a life there. Incidentally, you don't go a different colour when you lock in, or when you're right or wrong, that's still the same. 3-word questions, 3-letter answers. Biscay or Biscayne? That would be Bay. Bay of Biscay, Bay of Biscayne. Dragon, Puzzle Dan, and Tadaru losing a life on that one. AB, me, Fernando, and Mark still on the top flight. Video game haikus. War never changes. 76 was a flop. Play on your Pip Boy. 7 letters. Random assortment of difficulties. There are generally 2 easy, 3 medium easy, and 3 medium hard in the first round, and then 2 hard from each category in the final. Puzzle Dan and Fernando lose a life, and Puzzle Dan, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. Fallout was the answer. Topper, welcome on in. You're joining us on 4 points. Welcome to the Abyss Arena. Next question. Rhymes with last name of a Paul, first name of a McGowan, 7 letters. That would be Shane. Shane McGowan, certainly I've heard of, lead singer of the Pogues. Riff leading the Wings at the moment with 9 points. Not currently in the Abyss Arena. Tadaru and Dragon just 1 step away from dropping into the abyss. Oh, words in music. Blank is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. In 1968, 3 letters. Yeah.
Shame.
Oh, wrong Shane.
What a shame.
What a shame. Everybody getting that right. Nice to see. 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Nicely done. Mark 5 right in a row, but already at the top flight, so reset his consecutive answer streak. 3-word questions, 3-letter answers. Lust or sloth? 3 letters. That's a sin. It's a sin. Just Topper and Puzzle Dan getting that one wrong. Topper losing a life in the abyss. Jogging, Vision, Colo. That's 5 right in a row. You earn yourself an extra life. You're back up to the top flight. Well played. 29 questions to go. Oh, words in music. I. Keep on hoping we'll eat cake by the blank. 2015, 5 letters. Tadari, Vision and Coda getting that one wrong. And Tadari, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. Ocean was the answer we wanted there. Jers, welcome on in. You are replacing in that chute right there in that column. Welcome to the game. Rhymes with GI or calamity. Filmically, 4 letters. That would be Jane. Calamity Jane. Everyone in the Abyss Arena getting that one right. Fernando, that's 5 right in a row. You get yourself an extra life. You're back up to the top flight. Well played. Next question. Video game haikus. Anthony Nuisance honks at innocent people while Debussy plays. 854. I don't have this on my stream deck to press on Shorter, but Untitled Goose Game, of course it is. Toppy, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. Dragon and AB Me, that's 5 right in a row. AB Me back up to the top flight. Dragon, you back into the middle. And the player to replace Topper is Silent Marine. Welcome to the game, coming in on 9 points. The hottest films of 1900 to 1909. Electrocuting Anne Blank. Not a Dumbo prequel. 8 letters. There's my goose there. In fact, I could probably find my... Oh no, I have got Hog on Street Tech. What am I on about? Electrocuting an elephant, everybody getting that one right. Dumbo would have deserved it. Wow. Wow. Moving on. Jaff's Fold-In Magazine. 3-word question, 3-letter answers. 3 letters in this. Jaff's Fold-In Magazine. Oh, excuse me. Mad is what we're after. Silent Marine, AB Me, Jogging, Jers, and Cola getting that wrong. And Cola, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. NPL Dart joining us with 13. Mark leading the Wings, along with Riff and Samster, all on 15 at the moment. Video game haikus. A bald assassin has fun murdering people wearing a barcode. 6 letters. That would be Hitman. NPL Dart and Jers getting it wrong. And Jers, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. Vision, that's 5 right in a row. That's an extra life for you. You're back up to the top flight. Well played. And Topper back in for the second time around. Coming back in on 9 points. Less RNG as it goes. Rhymes with an organ that helps you answer these questions. 5 letters. To say so far, it's been relatively quiet turnover as we approach the halfway mark. Not a cat, welcome to the stream. You can join in with this game. Brain is what we're after on that one. But welcome to the stream, Not a cat. You can join in with this game. FGPV if you'd like to join in. Yeah, relatively low turnover as we approach the halfway mark. Oh, words in music. A blank of a lonely heart. Much better than a blank of a broken heart. 1983, 5 letters. There you are, Not a cat. Welcome on in. Owner of a lonely heart. Fernando, Silent Marine, Topper, and Vision, you've lost a life. The Dragon's got an extra life back from 5 right in a row. Back up to the top flight. Very well played. We go on. The hottest films of 1900 to 1909. Shakespeare writing blank blank. Not a good look for Brutus. 6 and 6. That would be Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar. Silent Marine and Topper losing life. And Silent Marine, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. But thanks for playing. Zeus, welcome on in. Coming in with 17 points into the abyss arena. Oh, words in music. Some girls are bigger than blank. Some girls' mothers are bigger than other girls' mothers. 1986, 6 letters. Others. Simple as that. Dragon, you've lost a life. Everyone else still hanging on in the abyss arena. And AB, me and Jogging, you've got yourself an extra life from 5 right in a row. You're both back up to the top flight. Topper and Fernando poised over the abyss. One more wrong answer, you will be out of the game. 3-word question, 3-letter answer. GameStop stock symbol. God, try to say that when you're pissed. GameStop stock symbol. GNE. Topper and Fernando both dropping into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. Mark, MPL, and Jogging also losing a life there. Innes, welcome on into the Abyss Arena, joining us on 18. And Kodo coming back in for the second time on 15. On we go. Past the halfway mark now. Video game haikus. We're going to be rich is Reno Jackson's catchphrase in this CCG. 11 letters. Hearthstone is what we wanted there. ABME, Colo, Vision, and Mark losing a life. 3 players now poised above the abyss. Vision, MPL Dart, and Mark. The hottest films of 1900 to 1909. The Great Blank Robbery. Not just an answer in the rhymes with
pain
category. 5 letters. Sea of green in there. Train is what we wanted. Not a cat. Is it not accepting answers, or are you just not getting answers? And it must be because I think you went green before, possibly. Rhymes with
pain
a grey writer or an acting Billy. 4 letters. I'm just curious if it's allowing you to take part after you join midway through. Billy Zane is what we wanted. Vision, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Natter, welcome on into the abyss. You're not giving answers, fair enough. Yeah, I thought I'd check in case I'd made a bug. Oh, words in music. I'll take 2 steps forward, I take 2 steps back. We come together cause blank attract. 1989, 9 letters long. 2, 3, 4, 5 people poised above the abyss at this point. But all of them getting it right. Very well played. Opposites. Opposites attract, indeed they do. Matt the Sprat, welcome to the stream. Featuring MC Scatcat, indeed so. Welcome to the stream. You can join the game if you'd like, Matt. Rhymes with
pain
runaway or soul, musically. 5 letters. Oh, okay. Argument out of range exception. That's not good. Where does that come from? Is that a player joining? Oh, it's trying to move stuff around. That could be a major problem. I'll let it play out for now. ABME, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. Hopefully it will carry on. Shit. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Why has it done that? And it's an auto runner, so I can't move it forward unless I go progress gameplay. Is that going to do anything? Shit it. That's it. It's not your fault. It's all on me there. All on me there, Matt. Ah, bollocking hell. Progress gameplay doesn't do anything. Because we are in gameplay stage. Where are we at? Gameplay stage -1. Can I do anything? That only progresses the staging. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. But welcome on in, P5. Just trying to think if I can nudge it forward with anything without recompiling the script, which is likely to break everything. Oh God, it's been a while since we've had a catastrophic failure. Nobody should win. Yeah, nobody escapes the abyss this time. What can we do? Let's have a look at game control. See if I can nudge it forward with anything. I don't think I can. What's that? Is that Twitch control? No, that's game control. Okay, so I've got some buttons there. Go to final, launch final. That's from our sponsor, Silent Marine.
Textbook nihilism?
Yeah,
Kappa.
very much textbook nihilism here. Yeah, because it's all in a co-routine. If I can re-trigger that co-routine. Hang on. It shouldn't reset the question number, but it might do some weird animation things, and it's going to reset the question counter text. It's going to trigger the rules fader and the question border. Right, this is all I've got without stopping the game. Let's see if this gets away with it. Okay, it's doing something. So let me see if I can get rid of that rules fader. And put the question sort of thing back around. Give me a moment. Runaway or Soul musically. 5 letters. It might crash again when it tries to rearrange the prefabs. Yeah. And NPL you dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. And it's not going to launch from there. Fuck. It's the prefab rearrangement that's the problem. It's to do with it's not got an understanding of how many players are in the game. I'm going to press launch game one more time and see what happens, but sort of find our way through the questions, but sort of the momentum is gone at this point. Runaway or Soul musically again. Yeah, and we're just going to get back to same issue. Oh, hang on. No, that's a different place that time. It's still in the main game routine, but it is shoot I associated player does not equal null. Where are the shoots? Lobby players, no. Question area, no. Player shoot. Associated player. Shoot I dot pitch. Shoot I progress to 5 correct dot material. Shoot I dot lit pit mat. What? Progress to 5 correct. Let's have a look. Oops. 3 5 2 0 2 5 5. That's why. Let's go 4. In fact, this might screw up with stuff a little bit, but 4 and 4. That's why it's out of range now. That may go some way towards fixing it. And then we need to go back to the one control I've got, which is launch game. Might be the same question, it might iterate it now. Where's my fader gone? There. Okay, it's still clearly still processing stuff. Oh god, we've lost the timers and everything now. Aha! Is it gonna... Oh, okay. Right, we may be back there. Some extra weird quirkiness going on, but... And I need to put the question thing around. It may crash again when it comes to rearrange the stuff. I make no guarantees either way. Evil Teddy Bear at Hope's Peak Academy runs a killing game. 11 letters. How do I get the pissing border back up? Okay, that's a good start. Danganronpa was the answer. Lots of players losing a life there. Dragon's got an extra life. How the pissing blimey do I get the border back round? Where is it? You keep playing. I'm going to put question border.set trigger. Liver oil fish. 3-word question, 3-letter answers. Liver oil fish. Question border public animator on game control. Where's that? COD is what we wanted there. 2 players losing a life. And Jogging's got an extra life. Where are you, border animator? Oh god, Andrew's joining the game. It might break some more. We'll find out. Dream of a blank fiend. Not about Welsh cooking. 7 letters. Question border. There it is. Rabbit is what we wanted there. And someone has dropped into the abyss and is out of the game. Not a cat. And Zeus as well. Right. We may be back there. I need to bring the question timer and stuff back up. So keep playing. North Korean currency. 3-letter question, 3-letter answers. Where is the timer? There's a timer class, isn't there? Timer this scan him. 1. Coley, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. Who's joined? Brand new Halo, welcome to the game. Where's Q count? That'll be control. Okay, there's my question timer. Revolving? Q count, there it is. Hey now, don't dream it's blank. Hey now, when the world comes in 1986, 4 letters. There we go. I think we're back to where we were. Just immediately crashed now. Over is the answer. Right, I think I've managed to recover that without stopping the game. Apologies for that. Innis and Mark get themselves an extra life. There may be a couple of extra questions in there because it was repeated. It's a save that shouldn't have had to happen. Blank Gas, not a comedy. The hottest films of 1900 to 1909, 8 letters. It also appears to not be sending... Oh no, 34. That's just the question number, isn't it? Laughing Gas is what we wanted. Jogging Dragon and Nat losing a life, and all 3 dropping into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thanks for playing. To be replaced by Jers. Anonyman. And AB Me, you're welcome into the Abyss Arena. 7 questions to go. 6 questions to go before the final. Rhymes with
Pain.
A bird or a fictional psychiatrist's surname. 5 letters. It's Crane. Cheers a podium over me and Jack losing a life on that one. And Shadowman getting an extra life, and you're back up to the top flight. Well played. Video game haikus. Korebeniki plays while coloured blocks fall down. I blame the Russians. That would be Tetris. Tetris. That's what we wanted there. Final 4 questions before we go to the final. Oh, words and music. I'm on a blood buzz. I was carried to blank in a swarm of bees. 2010, 4 letters. Ohio is what we wanted there. Lots of players losing a life. Jack, Apodo Nuevo, and Jers, you're 1 step above the abyss. Rhymes with
Pain.
state represented by continental liar James G. Blaine, 5 letters. It's Maine. Maine is what we wanted there. Mike, you got yourself another extra life, pretty much booking your place in the final. Just 1 right answer required from the final. No, you're there now, even with 2 wrong answers. Well played. The hottest films of 1900 to 1909. The story of the Blank Gang, not starring Gene or Grace. That would be Kelly and Jack Wolford. You've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. To be replaced by Natter. You're back in and into the final. Shadowbane, Apodo, and Jers need to get this last question right to stay here. 3-word questions, 3-letter answers. The P in PAYE. It's Pay and Apodo, Shadowbane, and Jers on the last question. You've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. Let's see if things happen now. ABME's got an extra life, Academic at this stage. To be replaced by, coming into the final, MPL Dart. Matt the Sprat. So it's clearly recognising you in the game. And Dragon7398, you are all in the final, along with Innis, Anonyman, Brand New Halo, ABME, and Mark. Justice for Samster again. So, after 40 questions and some breakages, which I will have to go and investigate because that's entirely due to the adding new players in. I've probably just missed a line somewhere. We have got 9 finalists. MPL Dart on 31, Innis on 36, Matt on 8, Dragon on 33, Kanata go 2 for 2. It's a good question. True Anonyman on 37, Brand New Halo 35, ABME 29, Nata 27, and Mark 39. Mark also leading in the lobby game. Remember, it's gold, silver, and bronze in the lobby game, plus, no, there's not, ignore me, it's pennies in the lobby game, and just the winner, the survivor of the Abyss. Apologies for all those errors that cropped up in the middle of the game. That's on me for not testing stuff, and Matt getting good karma by coming in, sort of discovering my error, let's say, and getting rewarded for helping me find that bug by coming into the final. I will fix that for next time, but many apologies and thank you for staying with me, and I'm glad I managed to resolve it without it breaking too badly. So the fact Mark's on 39, I don't think Mark got 39 out of 40, but I think I gave you 2 free questions in there, so yeah, I'll look into that, and hopefully the final will run without further problem. Let's find out. That's good to me. So the 9 finalists have had their lives refreshed. Further extra lives will not be awarded in the final. Up to 10 questions will be displayed. Whisper your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. If arena players drop into the abyss, they are permanently out of the game and will not be replaced. The winner is the last player standing, and if after 10 questions no winner has emerged, the winner will be the player with the most lives left. In the event of a tie, the player with the highest score is the winner. Much of the same, but the questions are a little bit harder, and there are no extra lives, and once you're out, you're out. Good luck to you all. Let's play the final. questions, 3-letter answers. Serling or McEwen? That would be Rod. Dragon, brand new Halo 8 in the Natty have lost a life. Next question. Rhymes with preppy name that's a major appliance in Pretty in Pink. 5 or 6? That would be Blaine. Innis, Matt, Dragon, brand new Halo 8 in the Natty have lost a life. Dragon, brand new Halo 8 in the Natty one step away from the abyss. Films of 1900 to 1909, a visit to Peak Freen and Company's blank works, not just Garibaldi's, 7 letters. Or Peak Freen and Company's blank works. Biscuit is what we're after there. Dragon, brand new Halo and AB Me have dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. Words in music. Blank como va, mi ritmo bueno pa, goza mulata. 1971, 3 letters. Oi is the answer there. Natty have dropped into the abyss. Not going to be 2 for 2 tonight. You're out of the game. Thanks for playing. Oi vey. 3-word questions, 3-letter answers. Joe Goldberg series, 3 letters. Everybody losing a life in the Abyss Arena there. The answer was you, and Matt, you've dropped into the Abyss and you're out of the game. Thanks for playing. Hottest films of 1900 to 1909, from Leadville to Aspen, a Hold Up in the Blank, not a Stallone series, 7 letters. Oh, bad luck there, Matt. Rockies is what we wanted. Everyone in the Abyss Arena getting that one right. Well played. Number 6 is the first one I've known in the finals. They do get harder. Video game haikus. Ashley or Caden, you get to choose which one dies in this sci-fi game. 4 and 6. Oh yeah, you can still get points, mate. Still answer. Still get your pennies. That would be Mass Effect. Innis, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. MPL Dart and Anonoman 1 away from the abyss. Mark is 2 away from the abyss. Mark has the lead in the wings as well. O words in music. Will never fade like graffiti on the blank. 2021, 8 letters. That would be Overpass. Ed Sheeran song. MPL Dart, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. Anonoman and Mark down to the last 2 questions, both with 1 life left. Rhymes with surname of Revolutionary War General Mad Anthony. 5 letters. Mark's in, and quickly. Anonoman's in as well. Mark is right, Anonoman is wrong. The answer is Wayne, and Anonoman, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thanks for playing. The beats winner with 46 is Mark. Data written to drive, that makes me happy because the pennies have added on. We got through it. Great game, Mark. Very, very well played there. And 46 is no mean feat. Let's just take a look at the Abyss Survivors. That's a big break leaderboard. That's not what I want. Abyss Survivors, Mark, you have now done it twice. Samson's done it twice, Lupine's done it twice, and now Mark has done it twice. Derek, Lewis and Quizzle each doing it once, and Toot has survived the Abyss 5 times. Technically survived the Abyss this time as well, because he wasn't in it, because he wrote the questions. Toot, thank you very much for a delightful set of question packs. Really, really good. Something for everybody there, and apologies for the technical issues along the way. Matt the Sprat, please don't, if you are berating yourself over that, it is entirely on me that breakage happened. It just so happened that when you joined the lobby, it was to do with the lobby rearrange. I suspect it's to do with adding the thing I mentioned about the multiple lobbies. So, yeah, but really lovely questions from Toot, and very, very well played from Mark. Elsewhere, Anonoman gets second place in the wings with 43, Samster with 42, and Innis with 41. 4 players ending up with 40 plus. And I hope you've all had fun with that, despite the breakages and me sort of disappearing halfway through to make it look like it should do. But I managed to relaunch the coroutine. I should probably add a safety net to these self-running games in case these things happen that allow me to nudge the game, because when you have a self-running game like this, if something breaks and the thread stops running and it's just in a coroutine, it just freezes where it is, so you have to sort of nudge it back to life. Fortunately, I have got an option to relaunch the game, which doesn't reset the question counters, but it does toggle a few of those animators so things disappear. Let me in the abyss, please, just once. Samson, I mean, to be fair, Samson, you have survived it twice, so you must have been in at least twice at this point. I do know RNG is a bitch sometimes, but that is the way the game goes. So I'm just looking at the suggestion channel; it's just popped up on my other monitor. That is the way the game goes. I'm afraid. Consider Time Machine and all your game. Yeah, I know I need to put it in, but the pain of the Time Machine, that they're a pain in the arse to implement. Part 3 games better. Don't blame me, it's not my fault! They're the ones who came in here shooting, we were drinking, celebrating, it's not my fault! Sorry, that's a line from Inglourious Bastards. It's a rarefied reference there. But yeah, I will, yeah. But Time Machine, it's like, every time I have to do a sort of version control thing, it's just like, it doesn't take a massive amount of time. It probably take me about 2 or 3 hours to stick a version control thing in. But it's really tedious. It's a really tedious job that I don't put in as standard. The reason it went in before was because of my internet connection. I had less faith in my internet connection than I do in my programming capabilities. So when a breaking bug comes in, that's something I've programmed, normally from a change like adding in. That's purely to do with the change I've added in this afternoon, which if I'm going to level with you, I forgot about until this afternoon, and put it in and didn't test it perhaps as thoroughly as I should have done, evidently. So was there one question left? Yeah, there was actually. If Toot's happy for me to share it. We have both of those. 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 No, I think that might have been the last one. We definitely had the Spanishy question. Was it Spanish? I think the Spanish question and the overpass question. We had the Rockies question and the biscuit question. No, that was the one. We didn't have that one. You happy for me to share it too? I've got it here on Control V. If you're happy for me to share it. I mean, you might be able to find another use for it, or I can stick it in the chat if you like. If you're happy for me to share it too, I will. If you'd rather I didn't, then I won't. Oh, you've already posted it. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Well, I'll post it again. There it is. Kim Kitsuragi investigates a body found in Revachol. And that is 557. I think. Yeah, 57. Mark with a hard nope on that one. Where did you post it? Oh, it's in the question writing channel. Anyone know that one? If you've not seen it. Answer coming in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, Abrahami's got it. Disco Elysium. Well played. Lovely Pat from 2 there. Again, apologies for that break. I will go and look into what has happened there, which means I need to actually queue up where it came from. Oh, there's so many errors in this. Which was, I'm pretty sure there. That's where it came from, so that's where I need to start the hunt. It's in the reorder prefabs. It's always there. Well, it's always there, but very often. So yes, thank you very much to Toot. Congratulations to Mark on surviving the abyss there, and Nonaman taking second, Sapsa taking third. After the break, we had a very short break, I'm going to share something with you that I would like as many people as possible to take part in. If you were around in Bash's server yesterday, I did a test run of this, and the questions are the same. So you might want to... I mean, you can play along in the lobby game if you like, but maybe don't put yourself in for the hot seat game. We'll give someone else a chance to do it. And I've got a plan for how I'm going to work around that thing that was a problem, and I'll explain my plan for it And if I'm talking in riddles and you don't know what I'm talking about, then stick around because some stuff coming up for you after the break. Congratulations to Mark, you have survived the abyss. And we let that long call play out. Do stick around because after this very short break, some stuff. Have some stuffed pennies while we're at it. Stuff 58 if you'd like some stuffed pennies. Yeah, stuff coming up after the break. I'm going to grab myself another drink and sort of breathe into a paper bag for a minute. Stick around after the adverts. Some stuff for you. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. So, some stuff. It's not original stuff, and neither is it. It's not even of the original of the classic stuff that I've copied. It's not even something new, but it is a new way of doing it. Let me introduce you to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Standalone. So, this is something I started on Wednesday because I needed a change of pace from something else that I was doing. It is built into the reason you got a board around it is because it's built into a 1920 by 1080p monitor. That is the fixed resolution. So hopefully most people will be able to run it, because this is going to operate as a standalone build. For now, as you can see from the border, I am still running it out of Unity, but I'm going to hide the inspector and try and do everything from the point of view of as though I would if I were hosting it. So this game uses Hackbox, hackbox.ca, which you will need to get onto. No, it's not Fastest Finger First spin-off. You'll need to get onto Hackbox if you want to take part, and I'm after as many people as possible to do just that. It is basically the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that I do on stream, except it is more streamlined. There is only 50-50. There was not the option for double dip. Now, obviously, the Ask the Host was a problem. How do you get around that if you're writing your own questions, if you're wanting to host this in the server? My suggestion... Showdown spin-off. My suggestion is that writers pair up for an evening session. If anyone wants to say who wants to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight, you get 2 writers to pair up, and one of them hosts the other one's pack. So you both write each other's pack, you don't show each other the pack, and then one player sort of hosts the other person's pack, so Ask the Host still works. For tonight, because I've written the pack, Ask the Host is going to be fulfilled by another host in the shape of Ash the Bash, for whoever gets to play. This is the same question pack that I did in the server yesterday. It's written by me, so there were a few people who were taking part in that. I know Topper was in that, and Clive was in the hot seat. So if you did see it yesterday, you're very welcome to play along in the lobby game, which I'll explain when we get there, but please don't win the fastest finger bit, because you've already seen the questions up to where we got to. Yeah, what you'll need is hackbox.ca, and the way this works is that the host will have their own Hackbox screen, the hot seat player will have their own Hackbox screen, and the audience will have their own Hackbox screen. Now, the host code that I'm about to put up there, you won't be able to do anything with because you won't be able to see the game room yet. That's the bit that I need to go and join the game. Now, obviously, that is not something that I would show you at the beginning, because if anyone else joins with that, then they get the host screen. And the reason for that is, if I haven't seen the questions in advance, because I'm hosting my counterpart's question pack, I don't necessarily know if they've got it right or wrong. Now, when I'm running everything out of Unity, that's fine, because I just put a debug in the console, and that's how most of the game night games tend to work. But if you're doing it in a standalone build, it's really hard. So Hackbox effectively functions as a sort of a console, if you like, for the host. And if I show you what that looks like, if I just go over to just monitor for a minute, because I have still got the inspector up, so I know the code, even if you don't. And that noise there. So I've now got my host screen, and so when a player locks in, I get the lock-in information there directly to me, so it can run as a standalone build. I don't need to rely on the inspector, and everything sort of comes out. So that's sort of the logic behind it, and that's going to be up there, and that is going to be the thing that I am going to be focusing on, rather than the inspector, even if I do know the answers to the questions in this case. I am after sort of general feedback and thoughts on it. Bear in mind, this is going to be a standalone game that you are going to be able to play. Obviously, the option to skip the titles is there, and then this just runs from question packs. I'll have to, at some point, write a sort of a readme on how to write up in the JSON format. These packs, for what it's worth, are all the same. But these are not running from. These are not being captured from within Unity. They're being captured from the directory itself, and the same with the Fastest Finger First database. So all of this will be in a README, and there's probably needs some polish around the edges, but for the most part, it is functioning. So yeah, that's about it. So what I'm going to do is just go to BRB just so I can show myself the room code and the name that I need, because obviously I don't want to show that to everybody else, because I don't want anyone else to have the host screen other than myself. Now, you won't be able to see that, but I will, so I join with that name and that room code, and I will do that in just a minute. The room code will be displayed for everyone in a sec. Let's select a question pack, let's just call it testing pack, and we'll go launch game. So yeah, hackbox.ca, as Mark has just put in there. There's another link in case you want the secure hypertext transfer protocol. obviously that if you selected skip titles, then that would be skipped. And it's very, very intuitive. You've got to click buttons and click the screen. So, that is me that is joining there. This is on a scroll rect, so I can potentially put as many as I like at the moment. I've got capacity for 60, but that's just on a scroll rect there. So that starred one is my host screen. Tequin Whittaker is nice. Bear in mind, if you do get picked, I will still need you in voice chat to come and chat with me in the broadcast studio, because it is going to function just like a normal game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So do come and join this game if you want to come and have a go. Everything else is a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that you know and love. And all should be well. Right, I'm going to lock it because you'll still be able to join with that codex ZCD. Yeah, you can just tank fastest finger, or you can just ignore the fastest finger, and if you don't want to be included. So, last chance to join. Let's meet tonight's players. We have got Rigged Abyss, MT Sprat, Toppy1, ABMe208, Halo, Anonyman, Fernando, Tequin Whittaker, Odd Garrett, Natter, Player 2 Star, Fired, Riff, Dragon, Shadowmane, Emojis, Stimson Sang, Dart, Apodo, Shapes, Colo, Claire, Mark, and Onion Man, Zeus, Andrew, and Silent Marine. Anyone else want to come and join? Yes, as I've already explained at least twice, Top, and this will be the same pack as I did yesterday, so if you could tank the fastest finger, that would be great. Otley and CJ Demui are also here. So we're going to do fastest finger first. You'll be shown a question and 4 options. You've got to put them in the right order and then hit submit. Whoever gets that right in the fastest time will be first into the chair to play for a virtual £1 million. Lights down, eyes on your devices. Oh, you're listening to Samson's. Well, that's fair enough. Eyes down on your devices. Here comes the next question. And it's also the same fastest finger question. Starting with the earliest. Put these monarchs in order of when they ascended the throne of England/Great Britain. William I, Victoria, Henry VIII, Elizabeth II. Oh, for God's sake. Now I'll get a null reference exception. Okay, so this is why we test things. This is the first time I've had this null reference exception. Let me find out what's going on there. Player response. FFF active auto message.value.split. Right, so presumably that has happened because somebody has pressed submit without putting any buttons in. So thank you for finding that bug. Because if I now need to put a catch in for that. If message.value. Okay. Car array equals message.value to car array. All cars. Well, in I equals 0, I is less than all cars dot length I plus plus. We'll get a different fastest finger first question in a minute. Who did that? Who submitted without pressing any buttons? Oh, that was you, Brad. Yeah, okay, fair enough. No, this is why we're testing, so that was a fringe case I hadn't thought about. If you press submit without pressing any buttons, then it can't split by the comma value, which is what the message comes in as, because there are no commas there. I'm assuming that's what the issue is. All cars dot length I plus plus. And this is a really janky fix, but it'll do for now. Bool, comma, present equals false. If all cars I equals comma comma present equals true, break if comma present is false, then we just need to return that. Hello. Oh, thank you. Oh, a credit card, lovely. We'll just return. I'll just send out the holding screen and then return. Send out holding screen. Answer received. You didn't say anything. That'll do. Right. That's a very janky fix, but that will do. We'll try that again. let's go to there. So you will need to. In fact, refreshing probably won't work. You'll probably need to type hackbox.ca in again. No, that's fine, brand new Halo. Whether you're intentionally trying to do it or not, it's good to make sure everything is robust, because that's the last thing you want to happen in a fixed build. So let's skip titles this time and launch game. There you go. VHFZ. For some reason, sometimes it starts halfway down on the Squirrel Wreck. Hopefully we'll get a different fastest finger question. I only wrote 3 of them, so if it breaks again or no one gets the next one, then I say wrote one of the 3 of them. One of them is the same one one of the same ones that came up the other day, which might have been written by Topper, and one of them is a classic millionaire fastest finger question. I'm not even going to respond to you there, Topper. Right, let's lock it up. VHFZ, if you want to come and play, hackbox.ca is the website you need. Welcome to AB, me and Riff and Halo and Toppy1, Fernando and Player 2 Star, Stimson Sang, Natter, Otley, Anonyman, Shadowmane, Submit, Apodo, Dart, Odd Garrett, Kodo, Shapes, Claire, Dragon Zeus, Zip, Still Rigged, Samster Rants, Andrew, Silent Marine, and CJ Namui. Again, I encourage you to try and break things as much as you can. Yeah, you should get a different answer back depending on exactly what you say. Maybe a different question, maybe the same one. We will find out in just a minute. Eyes down on your devices. Here comes the next question. Hello, Energy, and welcome to the stream. And it's Otley as well. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Here's the next question. Okay, different question. Starting with stop. Put these 4 traffic light symbols in the order they appear in the British Highway Code. Red and amber, green. So hopefully nice and straightforward. So starting with stop, that would be red. Then you've got red and amber. It then goes on to green. And then finally amber, it loops back around. Yeah, the DVSA joined the chat. So let's see who was right and who was right in the fastest time. All of these were right. Not all of them. Who was fastest? Shadowmane again in 3.49 seconds. What a mate. Everyone have got it wrong for the meme. So yeah, green if you're right. And Shadowmane, you're into the hot seat. Again! No pennies involved this time. But you will get the thing on your phone. Hello, Shadowmane.
Hello, Ben.
We're back here again. We're back.
Yeah.
How about that? Shadowmane, if you could keep your device in front of you, and viewable, because you will get the answers read out to you there. You'll also get them read out on the screen here in the broadcast studio, which I'm happy to share with you. But you'll get them on your phone as well, and they'll populate in the sort of the same time that they populate on the screen. But you won't be able to select the answers, because obviously you're talking to me. In the audience game, if you're playing in the audience game, you've got 20 seconds to get your answers in. So Shadowmane, make sure you give a little bit of grace time, and I'll let you know once the lobby is locked. For what it's worth, everybody, I have just hidden the console. So I am not going to see any information from the console. I'm playing this as though it is a standalone build. I've got my host screen up there and my main game there. And let's see if it works. Shadowmane, once again, back in the hot seat. You've got 4 brand new lifelines. You've got 50-50. You've got phone a friend. You can ask the audience. And you can ask the host, who tonight is going to be Ash the Bash. Ash, I hope you are around. I don't know if he is, actually. Let me at him. At Bash. Yes, he is. Good. Hello, Ash. Welcome to the stream. Ash is here to be your Ask the Host, because obviously I know all the answers to the questions because I wrote the pack. It would be good if we can try all the lifelines, which I'm sure you'll do anyway. So if you're going to make a wrong answer without using a lifeline, I will prompt you strongly to use one of them. Shadowmane, you ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready to play. Let's go.
Right, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So 20 seconds to get your answers in the lobby. His first question is worth £100. Traditionally, what colour is the orange fruit? Black. Orange. Blue. White. 4 lifelines, or you can walk away if you like, Shadow. What do you think?
Yeah, they're still giving the audience time.
Say again?
I'm still giving the audience time.
Yeah, the audience are done. The audience are done now. That's the one thing
Okay,
that
in that case, I was waiting. I'm going to say orange. Final answer.
Orange is the right answer. You just won £100. That's one thing actually I don't get debugged is when the audience are out of time. And I've just realised I'm going to have to put my inspector view up there so it's properly out of the way. And I'll put that. So I'm just going to have to not look at it. But yes, I should probably add audience time up on my host screen, which it isn't at the moment. Let's take a look in the lobby. Most people were right on that one. So you get 1 point for the first question, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, 4 for the next, and so on. So question 15 is worth 15 points. Not too much drama so far. Shadowmane, on to the next question. Which company developed the iPhone and iPad? Pear. Apple. Pomegranate. BlackBerry.
Pretty sure I wrote a question like this back in ye olden days, but I'm gonna lock in Apple. Final answer.
That's a right answer. You've just won £200. I also need to debug how much you win at any given time on my host screen because I just have correct answer or not at the moment. No drama in the lobby. Lots of players up to 3 points if they're still playing. On to the next question. Question 3 is for £300. Who starred opposite Kate Winslet in the 1997 film Titanic? Leonardo the Turtle, Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo Cohen, Leonardo DiCaprio.
These are some great alternate answers, but I believe that is Leonardo DiCaprio. Final answer.
That's the right answer. You've just won £300. Very good. So far, so good. 3 points if you got that one right in the lobby. It looks like most players did, but not everybody, though. We're going to go on. Question number 4 is worth £500. According to the adage, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the what? Bush. Shrubbery. Lelandai. Hedge.
Well, before I say it, I don't know what the heck a Lelandai is, but I'm going to say bush. Final answer.
That's the right answer. You've won £500. A Lelandai is a sort of evergreen tree. We had a load of them up our driveway. We had to have them felled because they were blocking entrance to the cars. Most players getting that one. Lots of players still on 10 points here. Over in the for you, Shadowmane, last question where you could go away with nothing. Question number 5 is worth £1,000. All 4 lifelines still there. Have a look. Let me know what you want to do. The soap opera EastEnders is set in which square? Elizabeth Square, Albert Square, Victoria Square, Philip Square.
It's the only thing I know about this soap, and I remember it from a very old advert where they actually sang it. I believe that would be Albert Square. Final answer.
It's the right answer. You've just won £1,000. Shadowmane, can you confirm, are you getting the answers coming up one at a time as they appear on the main screen on your device?
Yeah, I'm getting them as they pop up.
Amazing. And are you watching along in the broadcast studio as well, or are you just looking at your device?
Yeah, I'm watching along in the studio as well.
Okay, but it's sort of marrying up.
Yeah, it's marrying up.
Good stuff. So those are the scores after the first 5 questions. Plenty of players there on 15, Submit on 12, Silent Marine player 2, and Dragon and Dart on 10, Riffs on 3, Zeus still rigged, and Shadowmane yet to score because Shadowmane is of course in the hot seat, which is why you're not getting any points there. Shadowmane, you're up to £1,000. No matter what else happens, you leave with at least that amount. Question number 6 is worth £2,000. You still got all 4 lifelines there. Use them if you need to. That's what they're there for. Question number 6 for £2,000. Take a look at this. Synonymous with the District of London, which car manufacturer makes models including the Vectra, Astra, and Viva? Lambeth, Pimlico, Vauxhall, Hackney.
I'm just gonna cut to the chase right away. Yeah, I know this car make very well. It's a Vauxhall Vectra, so Vauxhall will be my final answer.
So the right answer just won £2,000. Yeah, so I've owned two of those. I had a Vauxhall Vectra for a while. I've currently got a Vauxhall Viva. Yeah, Hackney, the only other one there associated with cars. The Hackney Carriage from, which is a black cab, conventionally. Not everyone getting that one right there. You can still come join the game via HFZ. You won't get a ping, though, if you join midway through the game, but I think there's a couple of new names there. Ian Dominic may have just joined, getting 6 points for that. Lots of players still on 21. Shadowman, you still got all 4 lifelines intact. Question number 7 is worth £4,000 for the right answer. Have a look, let me know what you'd like to do. Of his surviving children, which issue of Henry VIII was born first? Lady Jane Grey, Edward VI, Mary I, Elizabeth I.
Oh, that is a brilliant question.
I thank you very much. I've got nothing on my screen, and I can say that, and that is genuinely true, because I've just got question launched. The question is now on display, is what I've got on my host screen. And anyone else who wants to see, that's all I've got on my Hackbox screen. That's literally all I get until Shadowmane locks in. I will get something saying the audience is now time up. That's something I need to add. But in case there was any doubt, that's all I've got. Nothing on my screen, although I do know the answer. What do you think? Of the surviving children, which issue of Henry VIII was born first? Lady Jane Grey, Edward VI, Mary I, Elizabeth I?
I think there is one that I'm leaning to. There are some others that have caused me a bit of doubt. So I'm going to take 50-50. Hopefully that clears things up.
Okay, cool. Computer, can you please take away 2 random wrong answers? Give Shadowmane just the right answer and the 1 remaining wrong answer. Lady Jane Grey or Mary I?
Oh, okay. That wasn't what I was expecting.
Incidentally, Odd Garrett, how many of his children are still alive? I wrote this pack in 10 minutes at the end of my lunch break yesterday. So it should probably say of his children who survived to adulthood if you want to get really pedantic about it. But test pack is the blanket coverall for this.
Say it's actually not taking them away in Hackbox.
Oh, okay, that's something I need to note down. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to make some notes. Take away 50-50 in hot seat. Hackbox. Let host know when audience time is up. Let host know how much has been won. It gets to 2 things I can keep in my head, 3 things I have to start writing them down. What are you thinking, Shadowmane? I mean, you can
hoping that Elizabeth would stay there, but because I do remember one of his wives gave birth to Elizabeth I. I just didn't think that was. Oh dear. Oh. Is Lady Jane Grey even associated? Yeah.
Was Lady Jane Grey one of his children? That's a very good question.
Ah.
And if she was she born first? Was Mary I one of his children? And was she born first? That's sort of the substance of the question, really.
My doubt's already bad enough as it is. I'm gonna need professional help. I'm gonna need Ash on this. Ask the host.
We're gonna ask the host. Ash, could you make your way to the broadcast studio? Tagging in Ash as the host now. Ash, can you say the line?
Yes. Here's what I think. I don't have a fucking clue.
Oh, really?
It's history. I don't do history at all. I can never get things the right way around on these, so I'm afraid I do not have a clue here. I'm going to be of no use to you here, Shadowmane, which means you're probably going to be using their help there, or lifeline as they're called in this game. It's a 50-50, so I will probably go Mary first myself, but with no real confidence. That's my final answer.
And tagging back in.
Bye.
Thank you, Ash, for being off the host there. Ash thinks Mary the first, but also says he doesn't have a clue. So
Well, the thing is, we've got two people backing this corner. Do we just go for it?
Well, go for Mary the First.
Yeah, unless you want me to test more lifelines.
No, we'll save those for later. I would trust Ash if it were me.
Okay, well in that case, Mary the First, final answer.
It's the right answer. You've just won, and I've not got. I've got the question is now on display, and I've got the questions now on display because you asked the host. So I don't get anything on my screen because we asked the host. But I need to put a log that's why there is. It's the right answer. Yeah, Lady Jane Grey was not a child of Henry VIII. And she was born later as well, but she wasn't a child. She came from a distant family. They tried to use her to replace Edward VI, who was born third, but was king first. 2 lifelines burned up there, but not to worry. Quite a few people getting that right. Lots of 28s going on over there in the lobby. Shadowman, you've got 2 lifelines left. Question number 8 is worth £8,000. You don't have to play this, you can walk away. We've got 2 lifelines left. Have a look, let me know what you'd like to do. But before you do that, I'm going to write something else down. Does ask the audience when 50-50 has been played only show 2 options? I'm guessing not. ... That's something I'm going to need to fix for later. Right, another note there. Here's your next question. What was the second published novel in Stieg Larsson's Millennium Trilogy? The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, The Girl in the Spider's Web.
I saw these answers, I thought it was going to be the one I know the most about. Is Spider's Web the sequel, or was Dragon Tattoo the sequel? Because I know those 2 are both legitimate books.
I fear you've used Ask the Host, so I can be nothing more than a sort of stuttering sounding board.
Right.
You have got 2 lifelines left. Phone a friend. Ask the audience if they're still there, if you don't know.
Yeah. And I think I need some help from other places. I need to phone a friend.
Okay, who would you like to phone? Just pick somebody who's in the general voice chat who isn't muted.
Okay. Well, I'm just waiting for messages to come through.
Oh no, I mean, if you just look in the Discord, whoever's in general voice chat is probably a quicker way of doing it for now, because in general voice chat, if you don't want to be phone a friend, could you mute yourself? If you're happy to be phone a friend, leave yourself unmuted. Give them a couple of seconds just for the latency to catch up, and then anyone who is unmuted, pick one of those. So Zeus, Topper, Samster, Jogging, Colo, Shapes, or Claire.
Alright.
Oh, not Topper. Okay, they're changing around. So Claire, Shapes, Jack, Colo, Jogging, Samster, or Zeus.
You know what? Shapes came through with me last time, so I figure, come on, Shapes.
Alright, we'll get them on the line. And, you know the drill. 30 seconds to tell them the question and the 4 possible answers. And hopefully ascertain some sort of response as well. Let's get Shapes into the green room. When Shapes is in the green room, we'll bring him into the studio. Incidentally, anyone who's thinking of maybe playing this game, I think this is probably a good tactic to do. Phone a friend can be anybody who's in the current chat, but if you don't want to be phone a friend, mute yourself now, that sort of thing. Shapes?
Hello?
Hi, Royal Flush from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, I've got Shadowmane here. He's doing rather well, but he needs your help on this next question. The next voice you'll hear will be Shadows. He'll tell you the question. There are still 4 possible answers. One of those is worth £8,000. All right.
Okay.
Great stuff. Shadowmane, lots of luck. 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Alright, Shapes. What was the second published novel in Stieg Larsson's Millennium Trilogy? The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, or The Girl in the Spider's Web?
I don't know for sure. I've got it down to 2. I know it's not The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because that was first, and The Girl in the Spider's Web I think was the 4th one that he didn't write himself. Someone else wrote it. I think of the other 2 it's The Girl Who Played with Fire, but I'm not totally sure. It's a coin flip on those lines.
Hey.
Does that help?
Well, this is interesting because the ones you ruled out were ones I was aiming for personally.
Aha!
But
Right.
now that he has dropped those little bombshells, but the problem with these two, played with fire and kicked the hornet's nest, they both sound like they're of the same breed.
It's up to you. You have got another lifeline if you want to use it. You can walk away.
Yeah. I mean, we're breaking this puppy and we might as well use Ask the Audience.
Okay, so audience, you're going to get another ping out. Even if you've answered, you'll need to answer again to be included in the survey. Let's get Shadowmane up to £8,000. What was the second published novel in Stieg Larsson's Millennium Trilogy? A, The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. B, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. C, The Girl Who Played with Fire. Or D, The Girl in the Spider's Web. It's worth £8,000. All vote now. You can change your answer if you like. Just making another note of something else I need to send to the host.
Oh dear! Oh no!
42% think A, 42% think C, 5% think B, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, 10% think The Girl in the Spider's Web. I mean, Shapes was leaning towards C, but he had it down to A or C, and that's sort of where the audience has been split. I don't know if that's of any help to you at all, but A and C, 42% each, pretty much confirming what Shapes was saying, except Shapes was leaning more towards C. What do you think?
No, is all I have to say to this. Also, the answers have just disappeared from Hackpop.
Oh, have they? Okay.
Yeah, they disappeared as soon as you started the poll.
Answers. What were they replaced with?
They weren't replaced with anything. They've just been replaced by nothingness.
Have you still got the question?
I've still got the question, yeah.
Answers disappear from Hot Seat Player on Ask the Audience. Thank you. I will correct that. Shadowmane, what are you going to go with?
Well, I'm either 42 right or 42 wrong, and I like those odds. Plus, I do have the backing of Shape. I'm swallowing it all. The Girl Who Played with Fire, final answer.
It's the right answer. You've just won £8,000.
Okay.
Well played. Yes, it was the Girl Who Played. My wife's reading them at the moment. As Shapes is saying, the moral of the story is there's only a certain extent people should listen to me. Which is, yeah, maybe fair. Hopefully, it's shown who gave the correct answer from your first answer and not from the Ask the Audience poll. It will take your first answer. It won't override it if you change your answer in Ask the Audience. Topper in the lead, tied with a Podo, though Topper has seen all of these questions before, so we'll take that with as the massively qualified statement that it is. So I'll give the moral victory at the moment. Leading is a Podo on 36. Shadowmane, you're 2 away from £32,000, which is where you got to last time we played, just a few days ago. Topper, I haven't seen anything. Question number 9 is worth £16,000. You're out of lifelines, but have a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. Question number 9 of a possible 15. The game BioShock Infinite predominantly takes place in a city in what unusual location? On Mars, in the sky, hell, under the ocean.
I absolutely love this game. I can't remember the name of the city, but I know for a fact that Infinite was set in the sky. Final answer.
The city's called Columbia, and you've just won £16,000.
Yeah.
Great game, yeah.
I still have vivid memories of the Songbird.
Oh, the Songbird. There was a limited edition version of the game that came with a Songbird statuette that was about £70 at the time, which was a lot of money back then. It honestly, it goes on eBay for like north of 500 now, and I really want one. But yes, the original BioShock obviously set under the sea, so a little bit of a red herring there, but you saw right through that. Apodo still leading with 45, tied with Topper, who's seen the questions before. Ramsey, welcome to the stream. You can come and join. Oh, you have joined. Test Fox, excellent. Welcome to the game. Well, at least this one's working on late entry. Shadowman, you're one away from tying your record on Tuesday of £32,000. You're out of lifelines, but have a look. Question number 10 is worth a guaranteed £32,000. What nickname is given to Mozart's Final Symphony? London, Jupiter, Titan, Eroica.
That is a question.
It's a very good question. I don't know. States, I'm enjoying that. That's nice. What are you
The
thinking?
question I have now is, do I round my winnings up to 160 or 175?
Ah, that is the question. Any strong thoughts on it?
Honestly, no. I think it's just pick one and pray if I'd have to go with it.
If you were going to pick one and pray, what would it be?
I would probably say Titan, but that is going off of a very slim sliver of knowledge. And again, the last time I was here, a very slim sliver of knowledge got me 32 grand.
It did indeed. What do you think? Do you want to play? You can walk if you like. It might be good to test the walk away thing, possibly. £16,000, you know, add it onto your 32.
Yeah, add it with the 2,000 that I got and the 125 from my first game in the chair.
And you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, you've got to be happy with a rounded number like 175 grand.
Absolutely. But it's up to you. You lose 15 if you're wrong. You don't have to play, you are out of lifelines.
Yeah. I honestly, I have no clue. Like, even now, me saying Titan is making me think it's less and less likely. Because at the very least, I understood what Marco Polo was, but when it comes to Mozart symphonies, it could be any of these. I'm not risking it again. I'm not risking more heart palpitations. I'm a walk away.
Final answer.
Final answer, walk away.
Alright, give Shadowmane a massive round of applause. He goes away with £16,000 and the honour of testing the build and finding many, many bugs. Out of interest, if you were going to play one of them, what would you have said?
It would have been Titan.
If you had said to me Titan, you'd have just lost £15,000.
Okay.
It was B.
Thank goodness.
Jupiter. Yes, Titan was the name of Mahler's first symphony. London is the name of Haydn's symphony number 100 to 106, the London symphonies, and Eroica is Beethoven's third symphony. Jupiter, Mozart's symphony number 41, the final one that he wrote. Shadowmane, thank you very much for testing that out. And you, Walker, what's your screen saying now, incidentally?
It just still says you've locked in C. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. Okay, fine. So I need to update hot seat with final winnings. Let me know if it updates when I press the button one more time. Still the same?
It's still the same, yeah.
Okay. So update hot seat with final winnings, and those are the final scores in the lobby. You win £16,000 there, Shadowmane. Toppy wins with 55, but he had seen all 10 of those questions before. So Apodo is the moral victor with 45, CJ Demuri gets 41, and Samarantz gets 38. Make this a pub quiz machine. Shadowmane, thank you for testing that out, and any further bugs that have come up, it should just be... I've made a few notes there, but appreciate you testing that out, and we'll see you again.
Thank you for having me, Ben. I'll see you again soon.
Cheers,
Hopefully
mate.
everyone enjoys my pack.
Well, yes, we'll see that in a few weeks. Take care.
See ya.
So, yeah, that is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and it now reloads when I click again. So, Tee-hee-hee. So that is the name I need to 41 pennies for that performance, please. I don't know what you got, Jet, because it's just cleared the screen. That's probably something I should do. Well, actually, because it's not pennies, so it's going to be a hot seat game, so just click to restart is probably the best way of doing it. Maybe click to show lobby winners, then click to restart might be better. Yeah, so that is my Hackbox version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Very many thanks to, as ever, to Dev for his work on Hackbox, and by extension to Ash for his work on the Hackbox Unity integration, which has made all of this possible. Like I said, I'm anticipating that because of the Ask the Host quirk, anticipating sort of people pairing up and saying, you know, writing a pack each, giving it to each other to host, and then doing a double bill. So when there's a server game coming up, double bill of Millionaire written by, I don't know, Ben and Ash, for example, could be an example of a server game that you could do. But yeah, it should be a bit of fun, and it's good to get some proper Hackbox integration. I've got a few notes that I've got there: takeaway 50/50 and hot seat Hackbox, and presumably, no, because your timer will be up in the audience game by the time 50/50 is used, so that's fine. Let host know when audience time is up. Let host know how much has been won on each question. Does Ask the Audience when 50/50 has been played only show 2 options? I'm guessing not. So need to do that. Note to host when Ask the Audience has been Ask the Host has been used. That should be. I need to send all vote now to host, so I've got the queue for timing. Answers disappear from the hot seat player on Ask the Audience, so I need to fix that. Update hot seat with final winnings and click to show lobby winners when then click to restart. So I've got a few notes there on this question that's concluded for the audience. Is that intended? Yes, it is, but I should probably add end of game message to audience, including final position, would be a nice thing to add. Any other thoughts? Whack them in suggestions in the Discord. I sort of wanted to draw a line under it. The big job that I had to do this afternoon that I did in about an hour, which was faster than I thought it would, is the ability to load external packs from the drive, so it can function as a standalone game. So yeah, that's that. I hope you like it anyway. It's not going to replace the studio version of Millionaire, because that has got more functionality and it's got Twitch integration, and it's functionally the same game. This is much simpler. Let's say it's taken me sort of 2 or 3 days to knock it together. So it's much simpler in that respect, but hopefully it'll be a bit of fun to people who'll be able to play in the Discord server. I needed a break from my actual stuff that I'm working on at the moment, which I need to get back to on Monday. So yeah, that is that. It's B time, and I'm going to put on my big boy trousers, and we're going to race the 4 squared maze tonight for real. I didn't do it when we did a test run on Thursday, but if you want to get a poll on the go, if the moderator could possibly please and thank you get a poll going, do I beat the 4 square maze? Is the question. Beat the bee tonight. Fruit Machine will be coming back once I've done some more work to it. Just before we go, thanks once again to It's Sotley for the Plinko question pack, and to Anonyman for the bridge pack. 56 seconds, I think, Silent Brain. 1 minute 1 second. 1 minute 1 second. Hello, score count. Yeah, we need a prediction. Yes, please. Yeah, thank you to Anonyman for the bridge pack. Congratulations to Natter on making it to the final. And thank you to Toot for the Abyss pack. Apologies again for the technical errors. I will go and fix that. Any suggestions on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire standalone? In terms of, just to save the trouble, in terms of extra functionality, like adding hot seat mode, or adding in extra lifelines like double dip, or adding set your own safety net and stuff like that. It's all stuff that I've thought about, but I wanted to keep it really clean and simple for now. That is all stuff I'm thinking about, but not stuff I'm thinking about in the immediate future. It might come in a future update. But as a basic functionality of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, if you've got any sort of bugs or things that came up, or things that, you know, would be relatively straightforward to add and be a quality of life improvement without being a whole extra feature, so like different lifelines or set safety up, because that would require a bit more delving into and adding new functionality and stuff, which isn't something I want to do just yet, but I probably will try and do it at some point, then please do let me know in the Discord server. That's all right, Solly. I hope you had a good time while away. That's not how you spell Discord. So, as mentioned, Topper season finale tomorrow evening. Moneybags and elimination over on twitch.tv/Topper1 Gaming. Bash is on Wednesday and Friday this week at 8 PM with 15 to 1 and Turnabout on Wednesday. Breakaway and Wipeout on Friday, both at 8 PM BST. Twitch.tv/AT_Bash. As for me, I'm going to be back next week on Tuesday with Number Wang, Red Herrings and Spotlight on Tuesday. Red Herrings coming from Lupine? Yes, Lupine 1. Ralph has written Red Herrings. Danger Zone and Twitch Plays Wordle, not in that order, on Thursday, with Danger Zone coming from Colo. And if you're just a weekend viewer, next Saturday we've got Hacker as written by Lewis. We've got Data Leak as written by Fired. And we've got The Return of the Escape Artist as written by David J. Bodycombe. So that's next Saturday. Lots of things to look forward to, and I do hope that you'll come and join me for that. We're going to probably raid, and Onion seems to be being a thing tonight, so we'll just say hashtag Onion if we do raid. And any targets? Spy Party's still live, so we'll raid Spy Party, and we'll say hashtag Onion if they allow raids. Alright, prediction is in. Time to see if I can beat the 4-square maze. Again, not optimistic about this because this is very fast. If you're playing along at home, get your cubes ready. And 3, 2, 1... go! That's so fast. Not a chance. Not on your Nelly. Not tonight. Yeah, I need to practice some more before I can even think about doing that one again. There we go. Yeah, I do love that track, but yeah, that's really hard. Splatoon 2 Splatfest last minute theme. Should I? Splatoon 2 Splatfest last minute. Okay. Let's give it a go. Real quick. Not for pennies, but again, just as a practice run. 1 minute 1 minute 2 again on this, so yeah. Well, let's see if we can get it on the second chance. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. I like this. I'm not going to win. I need, oh bloody, I can't even keep hold of the bloody cube at the moment. Yeah, I'd need this played twice, I think. I have to do the Sonic the Hedgehog game. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, I didn't even finish that one. Yeah, that's going to take some practice. Or some obscene luck. There we go. So, yeah, more practice on Beat the Bee or possibly slightly longer track. Bad guys win. Terrorists win. Anyway, thank you again for joining me. Apologies for all the technical stuff going on tonight. I will fix those things for next time. We're going to go raid Spy Party, assuming they're still live. Let me just see if they are. I'm just going to say hashtag onion.
Same as they were on Aquarium.
Yeah, they're still going. So let's go and raid Spy Party. Do they allow raids? Yes, they do. Grand. Until Tuesday, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be absolutely splendid and wonderful and marvellous to each other. I've got a concert tomorrow night, so Topper, I'm afraid I won't be there, but I'll be with you in spirit. Look after each other, and thanks again to all our writers and to everybody for taking part. Until next time, I have been Royal Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Take care. Peace out, and good night.
Areas to look for bugs that you can help for. There's not even cover on the opposite side.